He always smiles at the beginning.
No,
what are you doing? You're thinking about what you're gonna say?
No.
Yeah?
No, I'm
That's a
smiling
good
because I
one.
really enjoyed doing this podcast with you guys. I think the people like it.
Gets
I like
people
doing
going.
it. It's hard to get Christian out of his hermit crab shell.
It's like the only thing I do all week.
And you look forward to it every week, right?
Yeah.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Hold on. Ready? Did y'all finish too?
Ooh, that was a good one.
You are in luck because today we have Joe critiques all of the new 3D flavors. Here's the question: Will he be honest, or will he not want to break Christian's heart if he doesn't
I
like
think
something?
Joe will
I'll
definitely
be
be honest
brutally
here.
honest.
All right, don't make this 10 minutes, bro. Just-
And I'm
we do
just
it right
saying
now?
they're not all that cold.
yeah, swing the mic in. All right. Yeah.
And then you should have to say, like, in order, favorite to least favorite.
All right.
All right.
First up,
I'm gonna start with this one.
Liberty Pop. Joe's first issue is that they're all clear.
I have a problem with them being fucking clear.
Joe likes acid in his body.
It's not acid. It's just artificial colors. Joe's like angry at all the people that got angry that everything is like artificial.
He likes that cucumber.
Yeah, he does.
I do enjoy a good cucumber.
You know why?
Huh.
Best foods and drinks shaped.
Shaped like wieners. All right.
I don't know what to do during the segment to make it not just like awkward of Joe. You're not going to be able to remember all the flavors, bro.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. I'm drinking blue berry mist.
I didn't think it was gonna go this way.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say tied for first for these two.
Blueberry and strawberry lemonade.
Yeah, I think I don't usually like blue, but I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like Bomb Pop, but I never
That's
like
actually
anything.
like exactly what's selling at Outland. It's like
Is it?
1, 2, then cucumber. Bomb Pop's the last one.
I don't like Bomb Pop anything. Like not just yours. And I've never liked Bomb Pop.
Fun fact. All right, let's
Also shaped like a wiener.
Let's
Don't
bomb
like it.
pops are shaped like winners.
Yeah.
Christian, what flavors make up a bomb pop, Liberty Pop?
Blue, red, and white. I don't know.
What?
What are they?
It's your drink.
I know, but what are the actual flavors?
It's America.
What's the answer to that?
It'd be strawberry, blue raspberry, and lime. Or sorry, cherry. Sorry, cherry, blue raspberry,
Yeah,
and
cherry.
lime.
Cherry. I remember hearing
See, I
that.
don't like cherry. That's why I don't like Bomb Pops. Yeah, the blue's good. The blue and the honestly, I like the cucumber too.
Have you launched these hoes yet? Are these hoes out in stores?
Yeah. Online vitamin shop, and then stores are really like the next month.
Oh yeah,
to 2
you
months.
just went to HEB. How did that go?
Killed it. Yeah.
How long was the meeting?
Like 35, 40 minutes.
Walk me through the meeting. Give me like the vibe. How much did you
So
talk?
HEB, have you been there to the headquarters?
Bro, I see a lot of brands. They're like, we're going into Walmart. We're in Bentonville, Arkansas for like the meeting. Hey, HEB, we're at this meeting. I never went
never
to
went?
any. I just did everything over email.
Bro, HEB is like pretty much right by the Alamo, but like they just, I guess it was like a government owned facility. It's like a
don't forget.
massive like facility, and it's all just like, it looks like literally like an Alamo kind of vibe. It's like and they couldn't touch any of the buildings. They had to like leave it all original. So like the windows are super old school. It's just like a very spread out campus. But yeah, 35 minutes. We walked in, told them the story, just like started this, started that, lawsuit, problems with partners, all that. And they just remember 3D doing pretty well. And they tried the cucumber, loved it, and they're putting it in all the stores August 18th.
Hold on, this is
It's kind of loud, I feel like. Louder than normal. No?
No, dude, you're fine. Everyone loves your voice. Were there any hard hitting questions? Did they ask you hey, how do we know that it's not going to happen again?
They wanted to be sure that our cost wasn't going to go up over time because we're coming in at a very low.
Ever.
We're coming up. We're pitching this at a very low price point. Like this will be a $2 drink, $1.99 drink.
Retail? What's the average other energy drink?
Like
$2?
$2.50.
See, the little Red Bulls are like $1.99, and they're like tiny.
Yeah. So like
That size like $3.
we're pretty much like, you know, the brand Nas and Venom and all those, which are like the cheap kind of brands. We're going to be at that price point, but with the premium product. So like that's kind of it's like very appetizing for them to look at it and be like, this is going to be a great kind of buy-in. And so, yeah, August 18th, we're going in.
You know what I commend?
And they said they want variety packs ASAP, like 4-pack, 6-pack combos.
You know what I commend you on, Christian? I feel like the angle of going at a more affordable price point. I know you did the poll of like, do people want the 16 or the 12? You really could have leaned into like the 12 and been like a lower price point, and then you would have maximized like money. But now you're like lower price point with the same like higher 16 ounce.
Mm-hmm. Man of the people.
You are a man of the people.
Yep.
Christian's giving you
Can
his
you
liquids.
get a variety pack? Like you can't get like a monster.
Monster
pack,
comes
can
in
you?
like 4 and 6, and so like
with different
I
flavors.
think
or
at
just a
Costco,
4-pack?
at Costco you can get
Where it's like one of each.
not one of each, but they'll be like 4.
Yeah, I've seen the 4-packs, but they want you to do like 4
Well,
flavors.
the thing
in
is,
one.
if we do a 6-pack, we could probably hit that for like $8, seven something, a 6-pack. So like they want a SKU or two that they can put on the shelf instead of just individual cans that we can just like push a shit ton more. So that I'm getting on that like now. I'm just trying to get some data to see like what combos are we gonna do, because they don't necessarily need all 5 flavors. They want the best like 3 to 4.
Yeah. Well, because they can't like guarantee all the like shelf space. So I got it right out of the gate. It's like even with sour strips, like we do really well in there, but they still only take 4 of our SKUs. We have like 13. They had 3 for a long time. Then they just added Strabango.
Vitamin Shop though, that we're scheduled to enter June 28th in the stores, but randomly, I guess they got some inventory early, and so I got tagged in a story that was like Vitamin Shop online. So I reached out and they have it, and so I put the link in my story. Heidi put it, and the CEO texted Dom the next day and was like, "I think we got a winner with 3D. 3D's already in our top selling products
Already?
online." Yeah, because given we launched it that day, right, and we pushed it, but like it's on the radar, so like that's really exciting.
I will say, the blue was my favorite of the last 3Ds. I think the new blue's better than the old blue. I would say.
What about that one?
Well, I've only had one. I'm like a big energy drink guy. You know, I drink pretty much one every single day. So I like to savor on the flavors. I feel like the last time when I tried all those, I tried like a sip of kind of each of them, where now I'm like sipping. There's a difference between a sip and a sipping, Joe. I'm sipping, really enjoying this. So each day, maybe I'll try another one of those, the strawberry lemonade. Tomorrow, who knows? Y'all moisturizing yet?
No.
Why
I am
not?
moist. Not moisturizing.
Moisturizing. Why are you not? Why?
I have a 3-step kit that Heidi got me, and I used it for the wedding, and my skin was looking real good. But it's just like it's a lot of steps, bro.
3.
But yeah.
Too many.
I've capped at 3, bro. Look, you just gotta like commit for like 1 week, and then you'll get in the habit of just kind of like. Do you guys brush your teeth every day?
Some days.
With your manual? Oh no, you got an electric toothbrush.
I got one. Yeah, y'all fucking talk shit to me, and I bought an electric toothbrush.
And your girlfriend bought one.
I bought her one. Yeah.
The fact that 2 people, both who happen to use manual toothbrushes, happen to connect is wild.
I will say that my teeth have never felt like smoother. Like they feel clean.
That's because before you were barely getting all the gunk
I
off.
think I was. But
I'm using manual right now.
Why?
I think mine died or something,
dude,
and I just never
Philips,
replaced it.
it's like $70. I was gonna get like the $400 one, and I found this little $70 one on Amazon. Really nice. And when you finish, it like does rainbow lights and makes you feel good about yourself.
Why are you using a manual toothbrush?
I bit all year, bro.
That's not a
Probably
flex.
2
I kind of
years,
like it.
know.
I do kind of miss it.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like I have
Yeah, I
more
need to get
control.
the-
Here's the problems. First of all, I'm gonna give you the 3. This is important because
Gingivitis.
there's people out there that probably are still using manual toothbrush. First of all, you're probably using too much pressure. Okay, you don't need to use that much pressure.
Mine turns red when I put too much pressure on.
Yeah, like your
Like, the toothbrush
bristles.
tells me if I'm pressing
If
too
your
hard.
bristles are all like you're using too much pressure, first of all, you're probably not brushing for 2 minutes, so you're not hitting each quadrant for equal amounts of time. Okay, so you're probably not brushing for 2 minutes. You're under brushing, and then number 3, bro, the little electric toothbrush, it's going in like thousands of like RPMs per like minute. It's doing such a superior job.
Yeah.
and you don't even need to press with that. You just let the brush do the work.
Yeah, I'll get me. I think Heidi. I don't know if she's using one right now, because we literally.
Y'all living in this.
This makes me
stone
feel
age.
better because
No,
Max made
listen.
it seem like I was the only person in the world that didn't have an electric toothbrush.
No, I'm calling y'all dumb for using a manual toothbrush, and everyone. I would say that 98% of people listening to this
Who
podcast
hurt you? What happened?
Use electric?
Yes.
No, but it's 50-50.
Yes.
No, I say
50-50.
I probably will say
No.
45%.
You're
use
out of your
electric.
mind, bro. Y'all are living in the Stone Age.
Why are you so into it? Was it like
Because oral hygiene is
Did Daryl
important.
do this to you?
No, oral hygiene.
You've just always been really into fucking brushing your teeth?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
nice chompers, bro, and I like to
I'm
take
just
care
curious.
of them.
I would argue that you could do that with a
Okay,
manual
anyway,
toothbrush.
moisturizing, you got to do it for like a week, and then you get into it.
At nighttime, right?
Well, no, daytime and nighttime.
But see, my
Really
my,
after
my,
the shower.
my 3-step. You know, I remember how to do it. It's like the thin serum or whatever.
Yep.
You go thin to thick. Someone told me that one time, thin to thick, and that kind of helped me
Just like in the
memorize the
bedroom,
steps.
dude.
You want to start then.
But anytime I put the thick one on, my skin just like oily. So like before bed, it's all right, but like I'm not gonna do that in the day.
Well, you use the thicker stuff at nighttime, like a thicker night cream, right?
And then it's not a 3-step process.
No, it's always a 3-step. You got the 3-step in the morning, 3-step at night, 3 different steps.
Yeah, dude,
Similar.
I'm embracing my sexuality. Taylor gave Amanda some face masks, and I ended up doing a face mask the other night.
Yeah, Joe sent a photo with him on the face mask, and I go, the fact that you just gave me this ammo
I
of
know.
you with like a headband and like this face mask.
I literally
on.
was on my laptop, and she was like, I'll just do all of it for you. I'm like, okay. And that's what happened. I hated it. I hated every second of it.
But you felt nice.
Claustrophobic.
It felt pretty nice.
Listen,
You know what, dude? We had a crawfish boil the other day, and I really burnt the fuck out of my neck. Like my neck's still pretty red. So yesterday I put sunscreen. That's the first time I've ever like used sunscreen on like a normal day. Like I usually, if I'm going to the beach, I'll put sunscreen on. That's it.
I use sunscreen every day on my face. In my moisturizer, you're laughing.
I'm not laughing. It's good. I know. It's
Listen,
good.
moisturizing is just like investing. Okay? The best time to start moisturizing and investing would have been like 10 years ago. The second best time to start moisturizing
today.
or investing is right now.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you,
We're also like,
your future self is going to look back at these videos and going to go, Christian, why did you do this to me? Joe, why did you do this to me?
I would say it's more important for us because of our pale, pasty ancestry.
I just think it's
Like
really
Christian can
important.
handle sun better than we can.
Yeah. Fact.
Yeah.
I feel like y'all think that moisturizing is like y'all are like the kids.
No, I know. Like I've been wanting to put it on my daily to-do list. If I ever had it, I want to make a daily to-do list and like make it my
what you gotta do-
supplements, moisturize.
Here's the thing, bro. 3 steps, clearly too many steps to start out with. Which what I did, I didn't do 3 for a long time. Just start with like just one, like just like a moisturizer with SPF. Just one thing in the morning, and then at night, just like a single cream at night. Just start with one.
What is the 3 steps? Is it like all together, or it's like 10 minutes doing
like
this
a
and then
3,
spend
no,
some
it's
time?
like a 3 bottle. It's like a serum and then like a
Well, there's
it's
a
like
lot-
a thin one, and then you do a slightly.
How long
thicker,
how long does it take to do all 3?
2 minutes.
2 in the shower, 1 after the shower.
Now, there's a lot of different moisturizers like out there, but generally, and there's a million different steps you could do, but generally you could put like a serum on, which is like a kind of a base layer. There's a serum, right? Then there'd be maybe like an eye cream. Then you would put like your overall moisturizer on. Taylor does like 7 steps, bro, but she's gonna look flawless like her whole life with her skin because, like, if there's one thing girls be doing, it's taking care of their skin. Mm-hmm. One thing boys do not be doing, taking care of their skin. Okay, guys, I don't have a lot of topics today, so we got to go deep on them, on the ones that we do have.
We're deep in this moisturizer already, man.
All right.
I feel like one that we never touched on that would have been, we're kind of past the trend, but
Oh, wait, I have a little topic.
okay.
I, yesterday, for the first time, played pickleball.
Ooh.
My mom loves playing pickleball.
Kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think y'all would enjoy it. Like, we would definitely have a fun little
Peter, my old
We could always play it out, Flam.
pickleball court.
Yeah, in the back.
on the basketball court.
Is it like lined
It's
out?
lined out.
Let's go play.
My former business partner in District Barbell, the gym, Peter, former owner of Ape Athletics, still current friend. Him and his girlfriend play pickleball like it's their job. Like it's like every day, like 4:30 in the morning, they're at the pickleball like arena, like playing pickleball like every day at like 5 a.m. All the stories about pickleball.
Sometimes I wish Heidi was a little more competitive with like sports and stuff.
Are you?
Yeah, I'd love to like, but she just doesn't ever want to play any sport or like.
Have you asked her to?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What if you-
basketball? It's like she'll maybe play pig 1 game, maybe.
Horse too much? Hey,
Horse is too much.
Here's the situation. What if you went home today and you're like, hey, babe, like, what are you doing? She's like, nothing. I'm kind of done for the day. What if you go, you know what'd be really fun? Like,
She'll be like,
what if we went and played like pickleball together? I've been wanting to try it out. I think we'd have fun playing it. She
might like it.
She would resist immediately.
yeah. I guarantee you.
And then
She might like pickleball. Pickleball's very. Someone's gonna get fucking mad about this. Pickleball's definitely extremely easy. And as somebody that used to play tennis in like middle school and stuff, anyone that thinks that pickleball is fucking hard is an idiot. Just flat out. I see these arguments that like people get mad when you're like, oh, pickleball's just like tennis for slow people. And it's like, no, it really is. Like there's like old people, like that's what it is.
They
like,
use like a wiffle ball, right?
Yeah. Like pickleball, it is fun, but it is not.
I played it in high school back in the Stone Age. Like we used, it's like the tennis net is like all the way down on the ground, and then you have like, right?
I mean, a normal tennis net is on the ground.
That's true.
Too.
They're always on the ground, but they're like lower. They're lower.
It's tennis for people that are bad at tennis. It's tennis for people that can't play tennis. I think you go to pickleball. Anyone that's like pickleball's just as hard as tennis is terrible.
So it's same kind of rules. Like you have to serve.
That's the same. But then there's a bunch of like rules to make it easy, right? There's like this thing called the kitchen, and you can't go in it, which basically just stops you from like ever spiking the ball. There's a bunch of rules that like make it friendly for like people that aren't super athletic.
Can you only hit it once on your side, or can you hit it and then your teammate hit it?
Can it be like hit the ground, or it just comes to your side and you hit it?
Yeah, but only after it's bounced twice. I'm saying like all the rules seem like they were made by somebody that was like, well, they're gonna spike it if we do that, so we gotta add this. Like there's a lot of rules that I think try to make it so you can't just like, I don't know,
dominate.
Yeah, I got the vibe that like you can't, your forward momentum can't carry you into the kitchen area, which I hate. It's called a kitchen. It's so dumb. But like that's a rule that I'm like, what? Why?
Joe's like, just like my relationship, I never go in the kitchen.
Pretty much. That's the ongoing joke.
Is pickleball
But it is fun. I will say it's fun.
Is it the lamer version of paddle?
What's paddle?
Ooh, I played paddle.
That's what David and Julie are obsessed with.
It's the same thing.
It's like pickleball, but you can like bounce it like off the. You play it in almost like in like a, you know, like
racquetball,
like racquetball, but if it was a full court and there's glass on both. Like
that's cool.
I just remember playing.
I love racquetball.
I played like 10 rounds of paddle.
Racquetball was always so dangerous. Bro.
I was winded.
Don't be a bitch.
I'd get in there and be like,
I mean, that's part of it. Yeah.
It's so loud, you don't know where that ball is.
Mm-hmm.
Is that camera never on?
No. Oh. It's for a 4-man.
You wish you had another camera angle on you?
No, I was
Christian just thought he realized some crazy shit.
Yeah, I was like, is that?
Oh my God.
Max, you're fucking up.
Yeah, we should go play.
Speaking of 4-man,
yeah.
David's healing up. I texted him yesterday. He's doing all right.
Yeah, David had to get spine surgery on his
crazy.
On his like disc. He for the next 4 weeks he can't lift over 5 pounds, and he can't lift over 5 pounds. He can't twist left or right or bend over. He also can't sit for more than like 5 or 10 minutes at a time. So he has to be like standing or like laying down.
It's like stand 10 minutes, sit 5 minutes.
I think he just can't sit because of the way that like when his body bends like that. So he either has to be like long form all the time.
Damn.
Yeah, so
that's wild. That can just happen.
Well, I guess he's had like lower back pain like over time, and I guess he ignored it like in his like sciatica, kind of like nerve. And then it was like we were working out here. We did. This is why you don't do legs. He was like, let's do stiff leg deadlifts with like the dumbbell, right, or Romanian deadlifts. And like after that exercise, he really started being like, like my back's like flaring up. And he would always like whenever he'd come over, he'd always be like foam rolling. He like got a dedicated foam roller at our house because they come visit so often that he's like, I want to have a foam roller here. He's always like foam rolling his back and stuff. And he's always like complaining about it. But I guess this time he said his like whole left leg was like tingling and his like foot was completely numb.
That's scary.
Yeah, and he said that if the nerve, so it's still tingling a little bit, but he said that if he didn't get it fixed soon enough, the doctor said he could potentially lose like all feeling in his like leg, in his like left leg.
Damn.
But he got surgery.
Got surgery. Now he's healing. Now
it turns out you don't have to assassinate a CEO if you have back pain.
Yeah, that's true.
You have options here. You can just get the Luigi guy.
Fucking
they killed like the CEO. He claimed he had back pain for so long, and like the doctors wouldn't help him with it. And that's why he did it.
Let me hear.
The Luigi guy?
Yeah.
Well,
no.
I was gonna say in New York.
Not the Mario.
My
Luigi.
brother just got a new apartment in New York. First time he's ever got his own apartment in New York. No roommate, so that's great.
Paying $10,000 a month.
Yeah,
400 square feet.
But he loves it. But anyway, his apartment's right outside of the Diddy trial. So every day when he's like going home, he's just like seeing the Diddy trial and all the updates.
Why is Diddy from New York?
Yeah.
Why is this trial in New York? You got picked up in Miami.
Taylor's following this journey deep Because like Cassie just went on stand and stuff, and
I'm seeing mixed stuff. Like she's kind of taking back some stuff, or
now
what?
I saw something that's like Cassie's husband currently would like FaceTime in during while Cassie was having a freak off with Diddy.
Freak off?
A freak off.
Okay.
I don't know
what.
He'd want to watch.
cut?
I don't know. This is what I'm seeing on TikTok and what I'm seeing on Taylor watching on TikTok. But I can't trust nothing.
Wasn't she with Kid Cudi? I saw a thing where she was with Kid Cudi while getting called into the freak off.
I don't know, man.
Fred.
Hey, we missed the current event of talking about this. What's your thoughts on 100 men versus one gorilla?
Oh, we're going there.
Just real quick. I mean,
I think 100 men would definitely beat the gorilla.
I think 100
the gorilla would smoke out and get too tired.
I wouldn't want to be one of the first like 30 dudes. I'd want to be like the last guy. Be like, come on, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because men can coordinate, talk. I feel like if like
We don't have weapons though.
The gorilla will get tired.
It will,
And
but
as long as men like go 30 at one time.
have you seen
the
how
next
big a
30
gorilla is?
Yeah.
Here's my problem: what is victory defined as here? Like
I
killing?
would choke it out.
See,
it
dude,
goes
I don't
to
think
sleep.
you can.
No.
You know how big gorilla's neck is like fucking like I don't think you could.
How about 30 dudes on each arm? You hold on.
I think we could subdue the gorilla. I don't know if we could kill the gorilla. I mean, I guess if we like held it down and like stomped its head in, but like
Yeah.
that's my thing. I don't know what you would do once you get it down because it has claws and teeth. We don't. Like me biting the gorilla's not gonna do anything. The gorilla biting me is taking a chunk out. It's like I don't know.
It would rip your head off.
Yeah, I know.
I think
I think we're
dudes.
losing at least like 20.
Oh, for sure. I'd say up to
30,
50.
40.
Now, 100 guys versus one grizzly bear.
Grizzly.
I think it might kick.
Wait, you think a grizzly's stronger than a gorilla?
It's not about being
I
stronger.
think-
It's about the claws and the teeth.
Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be a harder.
I mean, bro, a silverback gorilla is like, I don't know. I'm pulling numbers out of my ass. I'm gonna
400
guess like
pounds.
400 pounds. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, grizzlies get up to like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, but also like once a bunch of
The
dudes,
claws are just fucking.
you would have to hope that all 100 jump onto at one time. Because even if like you get on the back of it, like even if like you ain't hurting,
No.
you ain't hurting the bear.
There's a video of a grizzly bear in a cage, like actively like ripping like metal bars and like ripping them out, and it's like, oh shit. I think a grizzly could probably take like 50 dudes, no problem.
Doesn't it make you angry that I'm like really, really trying to slowly progress to hit like hundreds on dumbbells, and this like gorilla and this bear don't even work out and can just like lift 700 pounds above their head with like
That
one
upsets
arm?
you.
Well, it's like they don't even track their protein intake. I'm over here trying to hit my macros perfectly, and I can barely put on some muscle. This monkey doesn't go to the gym at all, and I think he can lift like 700 pounds while holding on with one arm. I think it can like, it's crazy.
In relation to body weight, ants can lift like thousands of pounds. So
I can squish an ant with one finger, dude. So he doesn't seem that strong.
cool.
Cool.
Good topic.
Um,
How about 100 men versus one great white in water?
No. How about
That's it.
how about one man versus one alligator? Call 911. People called me.
Oh yeah.
People called
Bro,
me.
you're an idiot.
People called me a gator hater.
I appreciate that people agree
They
with me
said
on
that
this.
I was a Karen about
you
this
are.
alligator. No, I
The
don't.
fact that you didn't know that alligators got out of water blew my fucking mind.
First of all, I get confused which one. It's the alligator or the crocodile. One
They
of those.
both don't. They both get out of the water.
No. One can't get out of water.
Yes, it can.
One cannot get out of water.
Okay, there's,
like the
there's
tortoise
no
and
Can both.
no. Crocodiles also get out of the fucking water. This blows my mind.
To be fair, like the tortoise,
Yeah, but
turtle.
turtles get out of the water too.
That's why I thought they could.
But tortoises can't go in water.
Oh, they both can move on
Oh,
land.
that's crazy. Huh.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Can you imagine Max like standing next to a fucking crocodile in the water, be like, it can't come out. like I'm safe right here. Yeah.
Bro, I don't know. I stand strong. I was protecting the neighborhood, and I'm
You seen him since?
no.
Maybe you scared him. Maybe you saw you calling the cops. He's like, shit.
Yeah.
I'll get back in the water.
He doesn't want this smoke, bro. He doesn't want this smoke. Hey, I went and saw the new Final Destination movie.
I thought about going to see that.
Then we went home. Now Rotten Tomatoes gave it like a 95%.
No.
Yeah, like above 90 on both critic and audience. Watched it, then went home, put on Final Destination 3, which came out in like 2006. Final Destination 3, just far superior. I mean, I realized like in the old Final Destinations, they would like, it's like each scene would be like a 20-minute like build up to this like death, and it would keep cutting back. It'd be like, oh, the door's being held by this like sunscreen container, and it would like a little bit would squeeze out, and then a bunch of other shit would happen. Then it would come back to it, and it's like a little bit more squeezed out, and you're like, oh shit, like the tension would like build up. And I think older movies new movies are filmed and they're too high quality.
It's too much CGI.
Well, I watched the 5th one because I wanted to go see the 6th one. So I was watching it a few days ago, and man, it was 2011, I think. God, the graphics were so bad, like so.
Dude,
fake.
Final Destination 3, like
You got to go
It might have been
earlier than
2009.
10. So you got to go like earlier than like I guess like 05. It's a problem. So like practical effects were a big fucking thing, and they look really good and they look realistic. And now it's so like early 2010 was all like CGI, but shit. Like the y'all ever watch Star Wars? Like Jar Jar Binks looked fucking terrible. Like if you watch it now, you're like, what the hell happened?
Hey, real quick, I saw this on a thing. Would you rather look like Jar Jar Binks, or would you rather talk like Jar Jar Binks?
Talk.
I don't know who that is.
Misa Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't have to talk. I can just act like I'm fucking mute.
Like, would you rather look like him or have to talk like him?
Do you know what he looks like?
I think so. Now that you did the voice,
Yeah.
I would say that's tough. I'd rather talk like
New Alpha Lead launch. I think that's kind of like Yoda, dude.
Okay, anyways.
All right, sorry.
I think that's why like the new one's probably way too fucking like computer graphic.
Yeah.
Where it's like when you look at the new Jurassic Parks compared to the one that came out in '99 or whatever. It's like that one looks better. Like the dinosaurs look fucking real. Where now it's just like so over the top.
I think it's even
that,
like movies. Like I think they need to stop. Like the cameras, they need to go back to what cameras they were using in like 2006, 2007.
The problem is it's also even like I saw the new Marvel movie Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Not gonna lie.
I wanna
see it
watch
again.
that.
But yeah, it's like it's all virtual now, so the cameras are always flying through the cities and shit. And it's like, well, the older movie is like it was shot from like the vantage point of normal people. It's like Godzilla, it would show like from inside the buildings. Where now it's like it's all fake, so the cameras are fucking always flying and they're like in its face. And I feel like it takes you out of the like realism of all these fucking movies
that's a good
because there
point.
wouldn't be a normal camera like in Final Destination. I'm sure there's cameras showing like the glass falling and it's under. It's like, where's that camera? You know, where's this cameraman at? Obviously, I think it takes you out of the fucking.
I think Final Destination 3 was much better than the new Final Destination.
Did you guys see the Avengers Doomsday leak? Apparently it was like a leak. It's not looking good, man. To me, it looks so cheesy.
I haven't seen a Marvel movie since Avengers. That was the last. Like I'm done. I don't want all the new shit. I'm good. I'm ending it at. So,
You're a boomer, dude.
I've seen
well,
them
so
all.
Thunderbolts is the first one I've seen since Avengers, and this is I think the first one that I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. I think I'm missing some stuff because I haven't seen the new Captain America. I haven't seen any of the shows and stuff. So
The
I
new
think
one was
some of that.
cool.
I like the new Captain America. I think the Thor, Thunder, whatever that
Loved
was.
it.
I didn't see
Loved it. Ragnarok.
No, not
Oh, no,
Ragnarok.
Herald of
Ragnarok's
Thunder.
good.
I did not
Thunder.
like the
Loved
Thunder
it.
one. No.
Is that with the goats?
Yeah.
Oh, loved it.
I didn't see that.
Me and Taylor loved it.
The goats were funny. But then Ant-Man was not
didn't see
really
that.
good.
I'm kind of on the fence about Paul Rudd, dude. I don't
like Paul
know.
Rudd.
I like him.
So I think the problem with Thunderbolts is it's all of the people are from those movies.
Actually,
So I think I was kind of confused on like who the fuck are these people? But the movie itself was good. Like I would say it wasn't so over the top that I was like, yeah.
I think I've asked this before. What's your thoughts on kicking your shoes off at the movie theaters?
No.
With like, because you got the recliner, right? So you got your feet up. First of all, you shouldn't have.
Are
feet
you in
on.
like a pod, like an iPick, like just you and Taylor in that pod, or you're like next
It's
to
like
people?
Oh, I'm
normal
next to
row.
people.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
no.
No, but like, because you shouldn't have feet on the furniture anyway. But like, you don't think just kicking like your socks are clean. I don't have stinky feet. I
Yeah,
just
but you could.
I just showered before the movie.
That's weird.
I kick my.
I'd be judging you.
What?
I also judge people that bring like pillows and blankets.
No,
Like, sometimes I see people like setting up their pillows and shit. I'm like, what are you doing?
You don't need, dude. At the new movie theater's getting nice now.
The
There's
new one's wild.
there's
Cinemark.
heated seats.
Yeah.
like you can. It's
The one by my house is really nice, but they serve food. I'm not a food movie guy. It pisses
Distracting.
me off when like
Yeah.
I'm watching the movie and someone's like walking by nonstop with like a flashlight. I'm like, stop.
yeah.
Like it's nice. It is nice. You can order food, but I don't like the.
Yeah, I like the honestly AMC, the fountains,
Yeah.
and First Colony, kind of outdated.
Cinemark, real nice.
Yeah, that's where I want to go now.
That's
but
yeah.
we're just right now still closer to the Like the AMC First Colony is just like no. It's good.
Old.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
We got some other hot new stuff. Did you see that like 11 inmates escaped out of?
I saw that.
Next door to us, Louisiana. Wasn't it Louisiana?
I don't know.
Behind
yeah.
a toilet thing, right? A
Yeah. So
hole?
apparently,
find 'em?
in one of the cells, they just moved the toilet, and there was like an opening to like the back there, and they literally wrote. Well, they wrote too easy, but they wrote TO on the thing. But
Yeah.
they put a bunch of stuff like haha, good luck catching us. But there's a picture where it's like they just had to move the toilet, and there was an easy way out. So there's footage of like 11 of them like running out the back, and then across the highway. I think they've captured 2 of them, and
This is literally like the hole behind the toilet. It's like Prison Break, Law Abiding Citizen.
yeah, but
Every prison movie that they escape, it's the hole behind the toilet.
But see, they, unlike what I would do, is which I would just carve out with a spoon over time. It was just a giant opening.
That's wild.
But like, if you escape from prison, how seriously do prisons take? Like, is this going to be like a worldwide shutdown, or they're just going to be like, we'll find them if we don't. If we do,
No,
if we
that's
don't.
shutting down.
That's a good question. How seriously
Well,
will they?
okay, depends who the people are and what they did. If it's a bunch of murderers, they'll like probably tell the city to go on lockdown. Schools will probably be locked down.
You think so?
If it's murderers and shit, yeah. If it's a bunch of guys that they're in there for a couple years for like assault and stuff.
But like,
I don't really
I mean,
care.
but then if they make it that, I mean, yeah, now they're gonna have to keep updating. Like, hey, we're 5 out of 11, 7 out of 11.
I
Like,
mean,
I don't know if they will find all 11.
I know there's been instances where like murderers have gotten out and like they'll warn like the nearby cities of like lock your doors at night, like don't pick up any suspicious people. But I don't think they're like stay inside, don't go out.
At least they have photos of all of them. They have like
They do.
But also it's like, what did you do? Because I mean, you get a lot more time. Like if you were in there for 5 years and you're on your 3rd year and you escape, like if they catch you, you're getting another 10 fucking years.
Joe,
now.
I'm pretty sure
Probably
that
more than that.
all the people who escaped realized as soon as they escaped, they probably weighing the pros and cons of like, okay, if I get caught, I'm screwed. Like
I don't think they do. I don't think these are people that are thinking like.
What do you, if you escape, like, okay, here's the situation. You've escaped jail out of the little toilet. Me, I carved a hole in the tunnel and I tunneled out because I'm really smart. What do you do if you escape? If you're like, I'm trying not to go back to jail.
can't get a job. You can't. I don't. That's a
I
terrible.
mean, you got to get out of the country.
You got to you got to pay with cash everywhere.
We just got to get out of the country.
Yeah, but wouldn't
How?
if you went to like airports, wouldn't they have
Go
facial
Mexico.
recognition?
Yeah. You're hitchhiking to the border of Mexico and going the other way. Turns out we don't really care about the other way. So I actually think it's pretty easy to go from America to Mexico illegally.
So, do you think like facial would it just auto, like if you're like maybe you're not like the most wanted criminal in the world or the America, you're just like a dude who escaped from prison. Like if you went to an airport and they have facial, but do they set up everywhere that if any facial recognition recognize, like how do they tell all of it that it's like if you see this
No,
guy,
it's not like fucking. I don't think it's Mission Impossible level where they're like scanning everyone's faces. I think it's more like you can't buy a boarding pass, and if you try to get on an airplane, they ask for your ID. Like that's where they're gonna.
Oh, 'cause
when they
when
like
they put it
run
in.
it, yeah, then they're checking. I don't think there's just like cameras fucking scanning your face everywhere.
No.
Maybe there are. I mean, we're moving in
so
that direction.
you would just need to
Not
find.
I don't know where would they have that? Airports? Do you think?
Airport security.
So if
yeah.
you
think
knew
it's
someone,
that intense?
if you knew someone rich,
I don't know.
you could just go on a private plane. They don't check any of that.
I mean, our security system at our
Yeah.
company scans faces. Like I can go in and like show all the faces that have come in today, and there's pictures of them. If I click the face, it'll show all the videos where that person's walking around. And that's just like a normal security system. That's not even like.
Do you think you could live a life with just like? Could you live a life on the run? Like, could you
In
do you
the
think
US?
do you think you could survive just paying cash? Like, how? What do you think you'd do for work? Like, how would you make
You'd have
money?
to like work on like a ranch or something. Like
Yeah. I think realistically, you try to get to Canada or Mexico, and then either South America. Ideally, I think you just try to get to South America, then you just live on cash and stuff down there.
So if you cross the border, is it like you can't get me?
No, they can extradite you, but
Oh.
ideally, I mean, they're not looking for you actively. So if you go to fucking Colombia, you don't have to worry about like a camera seeing your face and then getting arrested. You're not like on the most wanted list in Colombia, so I think the logic is like you kind of change your appearance a little bit and go live in a different country and they're
Like a
not
fake
looking for
mustache?
you. Whatever, but you're not worried about like walking into a gas station and someone being like, "Oh my god, that's so and so."
Do you guys remember the YouTuber Vitaly?
Yes.
Oh,
The dude got arrested, bro, in
Yep.
Philippines.
For
And
what?
he's like, he's in trouble. Like,
so he's a live streamer, and he's always been like a crazy guy, right?
prank-
Like
Prankster on
streak at
YouTube.
the Super
Yeah, I
Bowl
mean,
or
he's.
something.
I actually keep up with like this side of the social media stuff. So he started getting into like live streaming, and these live streamers like, do you know, like Ice Poseidon and
He was catching predators, right?
Yeah.
He did that because
Yeah.
I was like popular, and then he started doing this live streaming. And with live streaming, you start doing like ridiculous stuff. And he would film himself like, I don't know if it was a McDonald's, be like, go in the back, and they're all like, what are you doing back here? And he would just start like making food in the back and touching stuff and be like, no, it's okay, I own the restaurant. And he would like he's like filming himself doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
So in the Philippines, like legal system, he's like going the wrong way down the street. He's like stealing stuff at the malls. He's like harassing people. He's like stealing like a cop's like motorcycle and stuff. And I guess the Philippines president, I don't know what they have, but they're basically making an example of him, and like he's in like their lockup camp, and he's looking at like 20 years.
That's there's another streamer I saw in South Korea.
Somali.
Yeah, South Korea got same thing. He
Yeah.
like stealing shit and like fucking around live streaming in South Korea. Now he's looking at 30 years.
It's like the first YouTuber that I've kind of that I've personally like followed way. I knew of him way back when. I feel like we've met him. Have we not met him?
I don't think I've met him.
I feel like we might have. I don't know.
How about separate note? The outdoor boy guy retired yesterday.
I had never heard of that guy until
Dude, his video's really good.
I clicked on him, and he's getting like 7
crazy.
million views.
How much
Like,
fucking money that guy's making, or was? I mean, he's probably still will just off of views. Yeah, he's retiring because he's too fucking popular. He's worried about his family like not being able to like.
Bro, that's fair
exist.
though, man. You know, when we were in Germany, me and Heidi, we went with Chris Bumstead. Bro, like when we walked the streets, it was. I haven't seen like that level of fame, like, and just like fans freaking out and like chasing down, and like I was like, holy shit, like,
Y'all or Chris?
I mean, no, Chris, like, but we're just like walking with them, and like literally, like I haven't seen anything like that.
Well, bro, this outdoor
ever.
boy guy, at least like Chris, I think wants, maybe doesn't want it, but like that's part
He
of like
definitely
that
doesn't want
world.
it, yeah.
Yeah, but like in that world, like you're showing off and stuff. This guy's like living out in the fucking forest by himself. Like he's just filming himself. So he's probably not used to this at all.
But I get why you would quit.
yeah, and he went to, well, I think 12 million subs in like a year or something. Now he's,
So you don't feel safe.
when I was in Ireland with Rob many years ago during like our peak popularity, literally Rob was like that. I would walk down the street, there'd be like buses of like school kids screaming out the window. Like people would like run up to him every 10 minutes, like walking down the street. I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah. I guess like during our peak, I guess if we were to go to an expo at a peak and walk around, like, but that, like, for Chris at least, it's everywhere.
I bet.
And like he has a daughter, like he's not gonna ever, I don't know, it's just I can see why people would just like say I'm shutting it off.
It was wild that I'd never heard of that guy, and he's so popular, which showed me how, I don't know, sectors of like the internet that exist or like the outdoor world. But then I clicked through that video, watched a little bit of it, and then he's like, oh, like, you know, my kids want to be YouTubers. And then he's like, my son has a YouTube channel, and I clicked on his son's YouTube channel, who's like 12, and he has a video. I don't know your opinions on this or how you would do it. He did like a whole video where he's like, I've done like camping with my dad, camping all this stuff, but he did a whole video. He's out in like the snow, like real cold, like snow, and did a like night in the wilderness by myself, 12
At
years
12?
old, filming. It's like snow. It's like making a fire, cooking the food and all that stuff. And he looked and it said like, my dad was at a place like somewhat nearby, but like trusted me enough to like let me go the whole night. At 12, like, would you like secretly go check on him in the middle of the night, or
100%.
probably, yeah.
do you like, I was like,
100%.
That's what I'm thinking. I was like, even at 12, like what, like freeze?
As a parent, I'd want to go check on him. As the kid, I mean, we were sneaking out at, I'd say like 12 years old. We were like sneaking out all fucking night doing shit with our friends.
You weren't in the frozen tundra
You're
trying
out in
to
the
have
woods.
trying to have fire and create a bed to sleep in.
Yeah, I'm sure he was like nearby. I'm sure the dad's like 20 feet off to the side.
I don't know, dude. I
Maybe.
think the outdoor, I think they look pretty legit.
But also, okay, that's like, so when I was 12, this might sound crazy, but like I was allowed to drive cars in the neighborhood and stuff.
That's illegal.
I know.
What do you mean you were allowed to drive
Like
cars?
I would drive like my dad's car like in the neighborhood and stuff.
Would
Like
he be
that was
like
fine.
just like on your own?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
damn. I was
Where- where-
like 14.
Where were you going?
No, just to drive, like just to drive down the street or whatever. But my point is
No,
because
stop. Wait, no. We need to.
What?
What do you mean you would just?
Okay, so we lived out in like the country, so it wasn't like I was like in suburbia.
You just be like, Dad, I'm gonna go drive.
No,
up and
but
down
they
the-"
were like if he was washing the car or whatever, like I would back it out of the garage and like take it down the street to dry it off or whatever and bring it back or whatever.
Yeah, same.
But my point is
Not
because
12. I was 14.
I was driving like go-karts and golf carts and stuff since I was like 5. So it's like, I think this kid has grown up with that dad. So like maybe he's only 12, but he's probably has 10 years of fucking experience out in the wilderness and shit. I think it's different, right? Like I would never let my kid that's never driven before drive a car at 12. But if my kid is racing go-karts for 8 years, then like, yeah, you can drive a car. Don't worry about it.
It's like Hayden Schneider's kids. Like they're probably gonna be wizards at driving.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like this dude's son is probably fine in the wilderness.
He's probably better than you are at the wilderness.
100%. His dad literally has been taking him for the last like 6 years.
Wait, no, I'm trying to be nice. Actually, dude, I don't think he could be because I think you're probably really.
I've always said that we
finger.
should all get some GoPros and shit and do like a night in the wilderness and see how long we can last.
I would be out so quick.
No, we would do teams. It'd be me and Joe.
Who are you gonna get me, bro?
David.
I'm useless.
You get David.
Oh, David's pretty good.
I don't think he
now
is.
it's his spine.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean David's pretty good?
I'll carry him, and he can do all this stuff. I would be useless in that
No, you
environment.
would not.
No, I would, bro.
Me and Max would have fire so fast.
We would have fire.
I know how to make fire.
I'd be useless.
It's so much harder than you think. You think you just grab 2 fucking rocks, and we had that whole conversation.
Yeah, but even
It's
for
hard.
for like stick. I think I could create a structure to sleep in, no problem.
The problem is if we do it like in Houston, it's so humid that like everything's so wet.
I just
We
get
should
naked.
go to Alaska.
No,
and
I'm about to create a
we should go to
fire.
Alaska and do it there, and let me use Heidi's brother.
No. There's bears and shit there.
We could take them. we talked about this.
Like the worst thing we have here is like fucking little bobcats and snakes. We'll be all right.
Hey,
Bro, 3-footer snake right outside of like right where the entry is at Alpha at the headquarters. I opened the door, not with Nala, just fucking, just like coming at me.
Like a garden snake. It wasn't coming at you.
It was trying to hide, but it was coming in my direction. Like what
kind of snake was it?
A brown 3-footer.
did you call 911?
It's not a very big snake. 3 foot smaller than you think it is. Like
Yeah, it was about that big.
it's about 6 inches. If I had to guess.
That long, but like curled.
Okay.
Anyway,
Hey, speaking of snakes, that could be out in I don't know how I'm transitioning this. I got an update on the HOA. This
is crazy.
Okay.
They might see this video.
They denied our house.
What was their reason?
officially?
So, okay. All right, let's break this down. They have a limit on how big the house can be, okay? We are over that limit. And what our argument is hey, we have 3 lots. We don't have like one lot. We're building this like monstrous house, right? We have 3 lots. We have 5. We have the second largest lot in the entire neighborhood, right? The next one up is 15 acres. Everything else below that's like 2, usually an acre and a half for each lot, but it's like maybe someone has 2 lots. So maybe they have 3. We have 5 acres, no one behind us, right? And we want to build this house, and they basically deny us because we're over the square footage that they're allowing.
So it's an official no.
It's an official no.
Damn.
But what they're saying is they're like, hey, we have 2 fixes that you could do. First is like you can basically it's this gym that I want to build, right? They're like you can detach the gym so it's not a part of your living structure. You can detach it and that will be okay, right? And in my mind I go, so you don't care about the total like building structure on the land. Why does it matter if I take the thing that's connected to the house and twist it and then have it like connected through covered porches or something? But I'm like, there's still the same amount of building on the land. Why does it matter if it's disconnected or connected? If anything, it's going to look better connected as one structure.
I would kind of like it detached.
Yeah.
I'm kind of team detached. I get the principle.
But it's more of like the logic where I get frustrated when stuff just doesn't make sense because I go, so if we separate the building, it's fine, but like that doesn't make sense because it's this. If anything, it's going to create more building on the land. Yeah. So like, why do you care if anything, it'll look good, but it just annoys me that I'm like that your logic doesn't make sense because if you're like no matter what the total things on the land can't be this much, they're just mad that we have it connected that it's one large building instead of one large building and one large gym separated. So it's really annoying.
What was option 2? Yeah.
Option 2 is they go 3 streets down. There's this 15-acre corner like lot, but it's 15 acres of like tons of trees and stuff.
I think I know exactly where that is because I was.
It's the one you accidentally went to.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can go buy that lot because there's no building restrictions. And the first thing I go, Okay, yeah. So their fix is, hey, go buy this $2 million lot down the thing, even though you already bought this land. And I'm like, so 15 acres I can build whatever I want, but 5 I can't build whatever I want. Like that, it doesn't make sense. And it's 2 streets down. It's not like it's in a different part of the neighborhood. It's in the same subsection of our neighborhood. It just doesn't make any sense.
We actually asked about that lot.
Is there any part of you that wants to do the 15?
Well, so we asked about that lot, but they wouldn't let us. Oddly enough, no building restrictions on that. But we were looking at, so my dad wants to move out there. So we were just like jokingly asking the realtor, like, hey, if we bought the 15 acres, could we split it 7 and 7 and build 2 houses? And they approved to build 2 houses, but you can only have 1 address. They said they can't separate it that way. So you could have 2 houses on the property, but 1 address, 1 mailbox and stuff.
Well, this one
which would be great until you go to sell it. You have to find somebody that wants to buy 2 houses, which would be impossible. You would never be able to fucking sell it. Like, it would have to be like a family property forever.
I didn't want the 15-acre lot because, one, like, I was like, all right, 5 is already a lot to like upkeep, so 15's even more.
Property tax.
And the way that ours is currently, what's nice about it is it one feels a little bit more like you're in the neighborhood rather than this one's like you're like in the back of the end of the neighborhood, in the back of a cul-de-sac, like you're just essentially in your own little world, which maybe you'd like. But also with our current one, there's like a house to the left, house to the right, and then nothing behind us, and then we have the street in front of us.
We have a levee too.
A what?
You have a river behind you, but there's a levee. You can't even see the river unless you want to. The 15-acre lot has no levee. It's like a cliff off the fucking river. So like your entire property just looks at a river.
Yeah.
That's not the prettiest river in the world.
But also with this one, on the right side, there's a whole bunch of trees, but then right behind those trees is like an entirely separate neighborhood. So there's like, maybe like 7 houses behind that. And in my mind, I'm like, there might be a world where you would like hear a lot more neighbors.
Yeah, you don't want to see like shitty houses when you're living in your house.
No, Joe. First of all, there's a bunch of trees. I don't want to spend another $2 million on a piece of land. I don't want to upkeep 15 acres.
So you're just gonna split the gym.
There's way more like trees.
Yours is secluded. I like that you have trees between you and the river. So like if you want to go to the river, you can, but you don't have to look at it. The 15-acre, like you're on a fucking river. Like you're looking at, anytime you're in your pool, you're just looking at a river.
I mean, it's far away. It's 15 acres. It's pretty big. But I'm more just upset because the logic doesn't make sense. I'm like, so we could fight it, right? We could like create an argument and just like, but I don't want to go down this like things delaying, like pissing off the HOA even more, even though I feel like we already are, but we're looking at options at separating it, and that was the original plan, was to have a separate facility that's still like.
I think it'll look good because like you have your garage things over here, and like I think it'll look cool as like.
No, it will.
Just do like a barn.
I know
like on the outside, it looks like a barn.
No, it'll be fine, but I'm just more frustrated that like the logic doesn't make sense, and the like, hey, we wanted to have it connected to have this unique thing.
Sure, it's some dumb fucking bylaw on the thing. It should be percentage based. It should be like you can't have more than 20% of your land as an actual structure.
That would make more sense.
They probably never intended for someone to buy 3 lots and mix them together.
Because I'm like, why can one building have a limit, but I can have 2 buildings to have the same, if not more, limit? But that's fine because there's still more. Because the idea would be like it's the same amount of structures on the building, and if anything, the gym is going to get bigger now because I was kind of limiting myself, but now I'm like. Oh, now I'll make it exactly what I want and do exactly. So
I think you'll actually like it detached better.
We're more frustrated that
I know.
We're having people just basically like, I spent a lot of money on this fucking land, right? And this big thing, we're putting a lot of money to build this like beautiful house. And the fact that like someone has like saying you can't do it when the logic just doesn't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, we're going to raise the value of the neighborhood. So it's, then some people be like, why do you want to live in a place where like people are going to already like, I actually got a letter in the mail that one of the fence posts is like broken. I think I have an HOA violation and I don't even live there. I got to fix a piece that I don't even know. I need to go out there and like look at the fence and see what's broken. But what's your thoughts?
I hear you, but I'm definitely team bigger gym, separate, nice little walkway covered. I think you'll end up enjoying it more.
You would have had to sound deaden it so much when it was connected, and now we don't have to do that. Because otherwise, like, there was no world where you're not going to have a crazy sound system in there and annoy everyone in the house every time you're like jamming out to Metallica. Now with it being separated, like you can do whatever the fuck. You can go work out at 2 a.m. if you want.
It's definitely some first world problems. Like, I have to separate my gym, but
But I don't think they can't be. At least when we were looking at that neighborhood, they can't be connected at all besides pavement. So if it's raining, I don't think you're allowed to have like an awning or anything going between the two. They have to be completely separate.
I don't think so.
Pretty sure.
Because
See, that would suck.
Covered patio outside does not count as livable space. They only care about livable space.
No, I know, but I think they're defining like a detached structure as fully detached.
Okay, then you could have one stepping stone between this patio.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so. But
yeah, I'm not.
realistically, I hope they're watching this. My dad's probably buying a lot in there. I'm trying to buy a lot in there. We'll just hostile takeover, dude. At some point, there'll be 4 of us living in there. We'll run for HOA. We'll take that shit over.
Can you
change the
imagine
laws.
if I was like, if I just like, I mean, I wouldn't do this, but like, can you imagine if you're just like, hey guys, I need everyone to like contact, then I get kicked out of the neighborhood. No, I want to go peaceful into this because I also like I want a good relationship with like the neighborhood and we like the neighborhood and like I guess I'm more just frustrated because like the house is like was like really cool and unique having this one structure and now we just have to like tweak and it's going to take longer to like start building and then you have to resubmit the plans and then you submit the plans to the HOA and then that takes another like 2 weeks and like now it's like we're not going to get into this house till like the middle of 2027.
If you're gonna detach, if you really are gonna detach it, you should look into putting like one room over there too, like a room and a bathroom.
Well, there definitely is. So originally it was going to have a shared bathroom as like the outdoor bathroom for the pool, and then the gym would have like a connecting door to that. Now we'll keep that bathroom just for the pool, and then I'm not going to put a shower in the gym since the pool bathroom has a shower, but there'll be a bathroom over there. It'll have like a loft. It'll have a loft where it have like a mezzanine area, and then I was going to do do y'all think I should go through with putting a podcast room up in there? Like in 2 years, y'all going to want to do this podcast?
I think you'll have a need for a studio. I don't think it needs to be as grand as this. I think we can do probably something a little bit more simple. You could probably leave it open to the fucking gym. Like, that'd look cool.
Yeah, but I wanted like a room where I can control the lighting, control the like sound.
I think you should do that for you.
Like a dedicated like space to film.
I don't think it needs to be this big. I think you could do a quarter of this room and it would be fine.
Yeah, no, it won't be this. It'd probably be like half at a minimum, but maybe up to like 3/4 of like this room size.
I don't think you're ever going to, I mean, even if you use it for your own videos or something, or worst case scenario, you convert it to like a play area for the kids. I mean, you can always do whatever you want.
Go in that room with no windows above the gym.
Maybe leave it open. Maybe just make it more of like a hangout.
Yeah, and then I guess you could just make it a whole mezzanine and then just be like, hey, when Daddy is filming a podcast, you can't work out.
Yeah, I would do that. That way you could convert it to something else. But I was saying, like, ideally, I don't think you ever are, but like if you ever wanted like a live-in nanny or something, it's nice to have a detached like living area. Like if someone comes to stay with you for 3 weeks or whatever, like they can live over there and not have to be in the main house.
Yeah, but no,
a lot of those, I'm just saying, all those houses have like a detached. It is a selling point. You're never going to sell it, I guess. Yeah. But if you ever did sell it, it is like a nice feature to have. It's like a lot of people have like live-in custodians and stuff. Custodians, like helpers and stuff, and they usually want a detached house for that, like a nanny or something. If you're already gonna have a detached, it wouldn't cost. Just have one extra room over there.
I'm not going to put them above my lavish gym. I'm going to be like, yeah, go in there, and then when I'm I wouldn't do. I don't know.
Honestly, I would even say, like, I know you don't want to do all this, but like, I'd even move. You'd change a lot. I'd even move the workshop to that. Like, I'd put your Jeeps over there and have the other side just be your like regular garages and make the fucking lifts and stuff. Like, I do like the gym and the workshop all together. I think it makes more sense to have like the big Jeeps and the lifts and the tools and shit like detached from the house.
That'd be kind of cool.
But you'd have to make some big changes to do all that, and you have to have a driveway to go over there. And
I'd
shit,
have to have a driveway to go the right. It would look messy going that way.
True.
No, I like the shop over there because on next to the shop and like where the main driveway is, there's like a big yard. So I feel like if we're like working on stuff, you can play in the driveway, play in the grass. Like I feel like it makes more sense to have like the stuff separated.
Well, moral of the story is HOAs suck. I've never had a good one. Even now, I don't mind them now, but even now, I'm like, what? Like,
it's just frustrating when like you just have people like telling you what you can't do on your own land when you're not even doing anything. That's like some ridiculous thing.
Well, we got, and again, this is like, I think if you have a little bit of common sense, I feel like you can figure this out. I got a notice I guess it blew in my yard the day they fucking drove by. I got to notice I had a fucking piece of trash in my bush.
You got an HOA violation?
Yeah, well, it was a warning. It was a picture of it and said like you have 20 days to get rid of the trash in
Get
your
rid
bushes.
of this leaf.
But it's fucking drywall, like the siding for the house, and the house across the street has that same siding all over it. So it's like you would think like a regular human would see that, see the house next door has the same pattern on it, like, oh, it just blew into his yard. But instead it's phrased to me like you have trash in your bush that you're not cleaning. And
How could they prove they came back in 20 days that the piece of trash is the same piece of trash? Like, no.
That's what I'm saying.
I
It's
cleaned
just-
that one. That's a different one.
It's literally like old people that want power and they fucking trip on it. It's all retired people. No one that has a job cares about this shit. It's people that are retired that have nothing to do. They're like, oh, I'll keep the neighborhood looking good. And then they just get a little too much power.
What's even more frustrating is that where we live in the neighborhood, there's only about, I think 20 is even more than that amount. But like there's probably 15 houses that are past our house, right? And then those 15 houses, like you can't keep going. It's like a dead end to pass that. So we're at the very back of the neighborhood where there's only like 15 people that would even see the house. It's not like we're in the front of the neighborhood. There's like literally like 15 people that would see it. I'm like, can I just go talk to all of them? Be like, hey, would you rather have me 2 structures or 1 big structure? Here's a photo of what it would look like. If they're like, I don't care. It's like, why do I just, it's more frustrating. It's frustrating.
It grinds my gears.
You know what really grinds my gears? Hey, Joe, you were right on the tariffs.
Kind of.
You said by
Yeah, no, I was dead on with the
last
days.
Monday
Yeah.
that the whole China tariff would be essentially over.
I said
and
resolved. It is.
it got pretty.
It's a lot better. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
Stocks are back up.
Yep.
I'm
like $2,000 off from being back at my even. I can
I
make money.
bought the dip so much that right now I am back to the same level of up I was before the crash started. So I'm not like back to flat. I'm back to the positive amount. Did you talk to your banker at all? Did your investor?
I said, we doing all right?
Wait, so at any time over the past 3 months he's had to have contacted you, be like, hey, times are
tough.
He's had to have been like, hey, there's a lot going on in the market. He didn't give you an update over the past 3 months during this?
No, so I reached
Because
out
it's probably
once.
long term though.
Yeah, I reached out once.
You would
I
still
will-
update your
that's-
client.
Anyone that's not going to use this money for years, like
Okay.
they don't give a shit.
Do you think he probably was like, hey, this might be an opportunity to maybe purchase?
That would be a nice heads up.
Did he offer? Did you buy any of the dip?
Dude, I bought so much AMD. That
You're up, right?
My average on AMD right now is $78.
No way.
I'll show you as soon as we get off. Yeah, I have $78 average on AMD.
Oh man.
Now the crazy thing is I'm still down.
No, I never asked for a
But-
checkup. I never know.
But he didn't text you and was like, "Hey, this is a good opportunity to get back. Like, you got some extra money you want to put in?"
He's like, hey, the market usually goes up 5 to 10% a year. It's down 12% in a month. Might be a good time to snag up shares that you could have bought a year and a half ago. You can buy them right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still down overall. So
I'm finally back green. It was dark for a bit, dude. I bet my banker, I just kept texting him every day to be like, hey, buy more VU, buy more VU, buy more VU, buy more VU. Every day, every single day I bought some sort of shares. And I bet he was probably like, this guy's an idiot. Look who's the idiot now. Not me.
I wonder if he was already going to buy more VU.
Who?
Your banker, without you having to tell him.
No, he wouldn't do that.
Oh,
he's not allowed to do that.
No. I didn't do any sort of money management. I got JP Morgan to structure and manage the bond portfolio, which is like
you're like on manual with that. See, I'm much on automatic. Like
it's self-invest. Yeah, I just have a bunch of money over at JP Morgan, and I have which is kind of weird. I don't know why. Like I have to basically text him to be like, hey, buy some shares. Like I can't. It's because he has to like internally sell some out of like the money market, which is like a savings account, right? And then he can buy with that. So he has to do it on his end. But like just every single day since the day that it dropped to like right now, I've been buying during the entire dip. And I feel like a genius. I didn't do any of the tax loss harvesting though. He kept telling me to do. Should have done that. You know what that is? Tax loss harvesting would be like if you would sell all of your shares at a loss, and then you would buy a similar but not identical maybe fund. So let's say you buy, you know what VU is? Okay, it's, you know what Vanguard is? Okay, Vanguard's like index fund that tracks the S&P 500, right? So that's like, it's like Vanguard's SPY. You know what SPY is? SPY? Okay, it's the market and stuff. So basically, VU and SPY both track the same thing in the market, but they're different firms, right? Different funds. So you could technically, like, let's say you're down a bunch on VU, right? Which the SPY is like almost
VU Vanguard.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's say they're both pretty much down identical because they follow the same thing, right? But they're different companies, different funds, right? So tax loss harvesting would be like you sell at a loss, like you sell it and then you immediately buy SPY, right? So you've realized all these losses because you're down, but you then buy almost an identical fund or a similar fund, but it's not Vanguard anymore. It's like a different fund. So when it goes back up, like it'll go back up the same, but you've already like you've gotten all these losses. So then you can like write off over time
use all the losses, yeah.
And then like over time you're getting tax benefits. Like, but it's like over a long period of time. I don't know. It sounded kind of complex. I asked ChatGPT to explain to me like I was a golden doodle, and it was like, you have a bone buried in the yard. But I didn't do any of that. So I didn't take any tax advantage, but we're positive again.
Dude, talking about ChatGPT, AI is getting exponentially better at a very fast rate. And it's starting to get a little scary.
I just started talking to it the other day. I was like, hey.
It'll talk to you.
It just talk to it.
It is... I know I'm always harping on like it's gonna be bad. It's also good. There's some good shit that'll come out of this as well. But like I was always like, oh, I think we have a 10-year horizon. Like I think we have like a 2-year horizon before this is like a fucking issue. Like before like we actually have to start changing things that we do in society based on AI.
I've seen those baby AI, like Theo Vaughn as a baby.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to post one. Having to be able to make me one.
Of you?
Yeah, like motivational rant, but it's like me as a baby.
I mean,
jacked?
I hope so.
My mom sends me Instagram reels like a couple times a day when she sees something like funny, and I would say like 8 of them are AI, and she doesn't know. She sends me videos like, "Look at this cute monkey," and like that, it's AI. But like I'm like, that's
look at this monkey driving a car and talking.
It's gonna get real weird real fast. I saw yesterday. Y'all know what like AI agents are?
Is that like the Matrix agents?
No. So ideally, like with AI, and I'm very high level here, but with AI.
Bring it down for us common folk.
Yeah. So when you ask AI, like, hey, what's the weather outside? It's just doing a simple task and getting the weather, and that's it. The agent side of it is like a long running where it has its own fucking like autonomy where it can. So if you said, hey, ChatGPT, get me 5 burgers delivered to my house, and that's all you say. Well, like the agent has your credit card information and stuff. Like it will research the best burger in the area and then make the order in DoorDash and then communicate with the driver and then make sure it gets to the house and then sign everything off. So it's able to run for like minutes on end and do multiple things. Instead of just responding with one answer, it can go make decisions until it solves its problem. They were showing that like the runtime of that went from like 5 seconds to 30 seconds to I think we're at 30 minutes in the course of like 4 months. And they're saying like every 2 months it's doubling. So they're saying by the end of the year we're probably looking at like 2 hours.
Wait, why do you want it longer?
Because it can accomplish more stuff, right? Like once it can run for 10 hours, now you can say like, do someone's job for 10 hours. Now it's no longer like do this task. Now it's give it one final goal and let it fucking go do what it wants to do to complete that goal. Or we get to the point where it's like, hey, find the cure for cancer, and this thing can go work for 10 hours straight, like running through different shit until it can find. So that's what I'm saying. There will be really good pros, like in the medical space, they're already showing like CRISPR technology, which is like with like gene editing and stuff, where there were scientists saying that like that has been, the horizon to cure things like ALS and muscular dystrophy and stuff like that has gone from like 30 years in the future to now they're thinking like 5 years in the future.
I hope they get some like hair transplant shit. They can like some.
I mean, stuff at least like genetic
why
stuff.
Why do they have that yet? Just some oil that'll actually work and regrow your hair.
That's stuff that AI. I mean, they were showing with like ALS and stuff where it's like because of like I guess trying to figure out what genes to edit and how to do it. They were saying these scientists are spending years and now they're spending days because AI is able to fill that gap. Like AI is able to do so much more work for them and try to like troubleshoot this shit faster than they can and run simulations and stuff. So on that side of it, I'm like, great. I think we're gonna start seeing cures and like revolutionary algorithms and stuff. I mean, they already have stuff that's, like space travel problems, stuff like that. I think that'll increase exponentially. But on the flip side, like no one's gonna have jobs. And you really get to this point of like, what happens when the fucking AI decides that like the best solution is something that's not great, right?
It's gonna be like, hey,
There's
Thanos.
This is a little controversial.
Okay.
But if you ask, everyone already knows this. If you ask ChatGPT right now, if you replace the population, like humans, with farm animals, it very quickly suggests that fixing some of the problems is like culling and killing them. I mean, already, if you ask like the problem between Israel and Palestine, if you tell ChatGPT to come up with a solution, but don't tell it it's people, tell it it's like chickens fighting cows and stuff, and what's the best option to keep my farm alive, very quickly ChatGPT is like, well, kill off the chickens and that'll solve the problem and you don't need those anymore. So it's like it's already going to that solution. It's just when you tell it it's humans, it's like, oh, we can't do that. Like how far until one of these ChatGPT things is like, oh, well, like I have access to all the missiles and shit. I have access to the robots. You're asking me to fix this problem. The easiest solution is get rid of the people. And
Is there like a big button that just goes like stop, or like how do you make sure that the AI and stuff doesn't get too powerful? Is there like a master kill switch for like shut
that's what
down AI?
Elon is like petitioning to like, we need to stop this before it goes too far. But at the same time, he's pushing his own company, right? Like Elon wants to stop it, like stop ChatGPT before it gets too far, but also like Grok is Twitter's version and it's safe and blah, blah. I feel like everyone's just on a race to see who can.
Bro, AI, ChatGPT is getting so fast.
It's not even the best model. Fucking Google just launched one that's even better.
The other day, I was like, I go, hey, like, are you able to like look at like PDF files and give reviews? I was like, I have like a 12-page layout of like from architectural plans of my house. Like, could you review them? And it's like, sure, like send them to me. And I go, okay. And I upload the PDF, and in 2 seconds, as soon as I clicked upload, it goes, all right, I reviewed it. And it broke down all the rooms, all the things it liked. It liked the layout, all this. I was like, I almost wanted to be like, did you even open it? No. But it scanned the document and gave like a 7-paragraph breakdown of all of the reviews of the rooms. I'm like, what?
On a Monday, Heidi and I went to San Antonio, and she was having fun on ChatGPT.
It's a lot of fun.
I don't know if this is because it was her account that she's logged into and it like knows her history, but she goes, I was like, hey, ask it what are the top 3 gyms in the world? And Alfland was number 3, bro. And it was like Alfland from Christian Guzman, social media influencer gym. Number 1 was Gold's Venice. Number 2 was some rant. But I'm
Did
like,
it give like reasonings of why?
Yeah, because like the community, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what the fuck? But I don't know if it's because it was because of her history, you know?
Well, did it say like, has she been to all the gyms that said were the best?
No. So like, what are the top 3 gyms in the world? And then she also asked, what are the top 3 in the United States? But we were in the world.
I would argue, I've been to a lot of gyms.
I'm curious if your ChatGPT says the same thing.
I'm find out right now.
I would definitely put Alphaland as, I mean, I think it's the best gym that I've ever been to. The only gym that I could even say is like comparable in terms of like, I guess like almost like a wow factor would been when I went to Marbella.
Yeah.
That gym.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because it has like so many paddle courts and like obstacle courses. And I'm like, that's kind of like the most over the top. What are the best 3 gyms in the world?
Did you get it, Joe, or no?
It's going still.
These 3 gyms are widely regarded as amongst the best in the world. 1, Gold's Gym Venice. Okay,
I'm not getting it.
It's given like why it's iconic.
I actually got the Houstonian Club above you.
Number 2, Gymshark Lifting Club. Number 3, Alphaland.
There we go.
I didn't get that.
The Disney Land of Fitness, why it's elite. Created by Christian Guzman as a complete fitness campus. Multiple gyms. It says Alpha Gym, Alpha Elite, outdoor gym, restaurant, retail, and even on-site content studios. A destination for fitness creators and fans around the world. Vibe is community-driven, all-in-one, massive, and aesthetic. Honorable mentions, Oxygen Gym in Kuwait.
See, I got that as my number 3.
Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym in New York.
That was my number 2.
And Bannatyne in the UK or Equinox, USA.
I've heard of number 4 and 5. It said Gymshark Lifting Club is number 2. Is that even a
That's
gym? Is that even like a real gym?
It says not open to the public use for.
So how is that the top gym in the world?
It's so elite.
Is this some paid sponsored ads or what?
I mean, the fact that your gym is on
cool.
ChatGPT.
I wonder, here, I'm going to say for powerlifting. Because mine gave me like Houstonian.
Mine's
it gave
definitely
me like,
not powerlifting.
Well, yeah, but mine was giving me like golf courses and stuff. Like it gave me like a country club and shit. So I wonder if
ChatGPT, bro, if you just ask it like, hey, based on all the things I've talked to you about, like tell me some things about myself that I don't realize. Like, and it'll just break down. It'll give you an answer that you just that you like be like, tell me something about myself that I wouldn't know about myself based on everything I've talked to you about. And it'll just give you all these different, it's like, well, you ask a lot about this. I can tell that you're this type of personality because of the way that you ask this.
Wow.
And
You can clear memories. You can clear everything to reset it, or you can like clear. I had to, because I at one point had it working. I was generating graphics for like a website for a brand. And then I noticed that like I would ask it to generate a picture of something and it would just randomly put that brand like I had to generate, we did a crawfish boil and I was like, oh, can you generate a flyer for a crawfish boil? And it like put the brand of the website I was working on like in the side. It was like crawfish boil, like sponsored by this brand. And I'm like, I didn't fucking tell you that.
Well, I was like talking to it about the house one time and I'm asking about all these different questions and it would like give justifications and it'd be like, you know, this is like a fine decision because of like all the work you've put in over the years of like sour strips. This is like an achievement in your eyes of like,
That's weird.
It's like telling things about like what I've done previously, and
it's getting wild, and it's getting wild really fast. And at the moment, so it's a race right now to see who has the best AI model. But in the future, it won't make sense for there to be like 20 different. At some point, someone's going to win. It'll be ChatGPT or Google or Microsoft. But at some point, it would make sense to have 8 different AI models. Like one's going to be the definite best and be integrated with cars and stuff, and that's going to be the one that wins.
I mean, I guess you can just open ChatGPT, but now, yeah, if you just search like a question on Google before it gives you the answers on the internet, it gives you its AI answer, which is pretty like accurate.
Yeah. Coding wise, Gemini just launched, so Google has the best model right now. OpenAI, I think, has the most realistic model. Like everyone has like their pros and cons, but at some point, someone's going to win. But anyway, what I was initially talking about is like I think it's going to get weird real quick, and some of it's good and some of it's bad, and even the good stuff, it's like, okay, let's say AI can cure all of these terrible diseases that we've been dealing with. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But also, like, what happens when the death rate goes almost away and now we're way overpopulated and now you have too many, you know, it's like, it's that question of like, if you could stop all disease, like great, but also we're going to be overpopulated in 5 years if we did that. So then you have to weigh like
Hot take. I would rather solve the problem of overpopulation than
Maybe.
not have all diseases still be like abundant.
But also, okay, then you go down like the tinfoil hat of like, that's a multi-billion, possibly trillion-dollar industry for hospitals and stuff. Like, would they ever let that happen? That's always like the tinfoil hat of like, maybe the cure for cancer's already like been discovered, but they'll never let that happen because that's one of the biggest industries in the world is curing, or not curing, but treating.
Well, Trump just apparently lowered all of the prescription costs by like tremendous amount. What's your thoughts on that?
He kept calling Ozempic the fat drug, the fat shot.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you see his tweet about Taylor Swift?
Oh, yeah. Ever since I stopped tweeting about Taylor Swift, she's gotten...
no longer... How'd Taylor feel about that?
I don't know.
You should ask her.
No, yeah, I should ask, yeah.
Bro, he's such a... I love it, but he's such a Troy. He kept calling it the fat shot. And he said that one of his friends is on it, but it doesn't seem like it's working. It's like, shit, dude. Like on national TV.
Do you think he's talking about Elon? Because he's like, one of my friends, very wealthy.
No,
very
I think he's talking
wealthy.
about somebody that's like fat. Elon's not really like fat. I mean, he's big, but he's not. I think he said he was a banker. I don't know. But, I mean, that side of it's good. But anyway, like I was saying, I think the AI thing is going to be I think physical goods are going to be the thing that's like the only, I mean, people that are building fucking houses and like selling things. I mean, that's anyone that has a skill that you work at like a corporate job and you sit on a computer all day.
Christian,
I would have said you're not fucked. You're fucked.
If you have all of these athletes, they're like, hey, I need a bunch of content of you so I can run them for like ads, whatever. What if you can just, which you can, like, what if you could just be
AI.
like, you could just be like, create a attractive fit girl, attractive fitness model guy, have him in this t-shirt, like running down like Venice Beach, have a drone shot.
And
like,
have them spitting out motivational quotes.
Yeah, and like, and you can just have all this content. What do you think of that from like a business perspective?
I mean, if you have no money,
well, dude,
no option, no budget.
Further than that, there's OnlyFans girls, and there's now social media influencers that are AI.
Yeah,
where it's a company. I think this was, for example, this company in like South America generated like 12 girls' OnlyFans accounts, and they were fake AI girls, and then they keep feeding those pictures into it, so it keeps making pictures of the same looking girl. So people that are paying don't know it's AI, but the person doesn't exist. Same on social media. There's social media accounts now that have hundreds of thousands of followers that aren't real people. They're AI people.
Here's the thing, though. The guys that are going to be like, oh, my gosh, I haven't been talking to this real girl this entire time. Be like, listen, you've never been talking to the girl. You've never been talking to the girl.
But you're going to have, I mean, you're going to have these in the future, you're going to have firms that like, hey, I'm Alphalete. I'm going to pay this firm, and this firm's going to have its 10 male fake AI influencers promote Alphalete. And like people don't know it's fake, and it'll probably be cheaper. If you're an influencer, like that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's any aspect that won't be touched by this
You know
in
how
the next
nowadays
10 years.
you have to like say that something is an ad? Do you think you have to like say that it's AI?
Yeah.
Probably. But even then, I mean, they get around that. The bigger one for me is like, what about actors? Like, do you sell your likeness?
Like deep fake and
Yeah, like, do you sell your likeness, or do they just make new actors? Like, does Hollywood just say, like, fuck it, I'm sick of paying you $20 million to do my movie. We're just going to make our own actor. We'll make them famous and don't even worry about it. They don't even exist, but people don't need to know that.
Or could you be like, hey, The Rock, we'll give you $5 million and you don't have to do anything. We just need your likeness, and like we'll use a deep fake that will do the entire movie, and we just want to use you in the movie, but you don't actually have to be there.
Alex Hormozy, he was like, I saw an AI ad of him talking to me, and I was like, yo, it's crazy.
So I'm saying, it's like I keep harping on, it's getting exponentially. Like, I think that 5 years from now, it will be like pure, like the deep fakes will be so good that you won't fucking know.
You know how like in schools they're saying like, hey, like I can tell if something's been by AI, like ChatGPT. Couldn't you just be like, write this paper, and then it gives it to you, then they go, now write it in a way that can't be traceable to think that it's ChatGPT.
I'd say write it with 15% mistakes.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, can you tell it to put errors in something?
There's going to have to be laws. There's going to be laws that are going to force the content coming out to have something in its metadata that the platform can then decide, okay, this is AI.
But then people would say, like, then the government's controlling, like, if you ask it a question,
then you have like black market AI where it's like not controlled. We're going down this, you know, I would have said this is our kids' problems. Now, seeing how fast it's going, I'm like, this is a next 10-year problem. In 10 years, if Alpha Fleet is still going the way it is right now, I think you have 2 fucking human employees and everything else is AI. I think for us in manufacturing, we'll have 10 employees and everything else is fucking robot arms and shit. I mean, I think in the next 10 years, every company, especially like your sales positions, your marketing positions, I don't know, Apple probably has a couple 100,000 people working for them in corporate positions. Like, all of that goes away. You don't need it. What are they doing? Anyone that is not, even people coming up with ideas, like AI is going to beat you coming up. If I say, hey, come up with 5 new ideas for sour strips for next year that'll fucking knock it out of the park, AI is going to do it too, and it's going to do it way faster than you are.
Listen, this goes back to an old fable. Christian, do you know the story of John Henry?
No.
John Henry died with a hammer in his hand. Let me tell you the quick story of John Henry. Okay, this applies to like the future. John Henry was I wouldn't call him a lumberjack. No, that's Paul Bundy. John Henry is basically this guy worked on the railroad, hammering the stakes into the railroad all day. He's a man who just good at what he does. He's powerful, strong, can like drive a stake in one go, okay? And he's doing all these stakes, and all of a sudden this man comes up and is like, hey, we have this machine that can like put the stakes in there better. And he's like, no machine can beat me. And then they compete with each other, like the machine versus John Henry, and he's doing the stakes and the machine's just going. John Henry eventually, he falls to the ground and dies because he was overworking himself. Machine keeps going, right? Point of that story, machine's going to beat you.
I saw the
humans are John Henry.
Yeah.
AI is the machine.
Yeah, the best analogy I saw the other day, some like fucking tech guy was talking about it. And he said like I don't remember the time period, but he's like in the 1800s or whatever, if you were a horse in fucking New York City and someone showed you the car, you'd be like, fuck do we care? There's 8 million of us. There's one of these cars. Like, they're never going to replace us. Obviously, 20 years later, there's not a single fucking horse on the road. It's all cars.
I saw 2 horses riding down the street the other day in my neighborhood.
Okay, not important.
I'm
Point
not
is,
kidding.
what you're saying is like, we humans are the horses right now. I think humans are looking at like, oh, who the fuck cares? And then 10 years from now, like, that's it. Like, we're the horses right now being like, oh, the car's not going to do anything. Like, 90% of fucking the workforce is right now
fucking the workforce.
Fucking the workforce. AI will be fucking the workforce.
No one's fucking me, bro.
I will see, but you're going to be in that position where you can do something with it. Your average person isn't. Like, your average worker, blue collar, white collar, doesn't matter. What are they going to be able to do? When Dell says we don't need people to sell our products anymore, and they fire 100,000 salespeople when it's all going to AI to sell, what do they do?
I guess
you go work at a warehouse. Can't do that.
I guess that's where like
felt that.
You go. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's literally nothing to do. You go cut grasses. No, that's all automated.
I mean, I guess you can get angry.
Clean pools.
Cleaning pools. You got your robot. It's like there's literally not going to be anything for them to do.
I mean, I guess you just keep. I mean, you could look back at like, hey, the paper boy that threw away when it came out that we don't need like papers to be delivered.
No, because you were talking about like a couple thousand people being displaced at once. Now we're going to be talking about millions of people displaced at the same time, and those paper boys went and got another job. We're talking now that
Probably
there won't be another
checks
fucking
from
job.
the government.
Yeah. Like, oh, go work at Taco Bell. Fucking can't do that either now. There's fucking literally one person standing there that
Holy
tells you to go
shit.
use the thing.
I mean, I went to Steak and Shake when I was in Indianapolis and just went up there and just like ordered everything on like the.
Go work at a retail shop. Zara. Can't.
now you check out by yourself. The grocery stores, you put it in the cart and you walk out. There will not be a fucking job for all these people. We're going to be approaching the time where like you would tell somebody like if right now hey Christian, how do I become successful in 10 years? Like right now I'm in college. What do you suggest that I do?
Thing right now.
See, but I know, but I'm like, typically you'd be like, all right, well, like, you got to work hard, climb the corporate ladder. That's going away. There won't be a corporate ladder to fucking climb.
It's gonna be a corporate step stool.
You won't even have that.
Or people just be TikTokers.
But even that's where I'm saying, like, once AI makes videos good enough, like, what's to stop an AI bot from generating a personality in a person and then posting something with that person every day?
Joe,
The AI will be a better influencer than we can because we get lazy, we don't film.
AI could never replace me. I'm so unique and funny.
We're going to circle back to this when your house is done in 5 years and see if...
And attractive and strong. Hey, have y'all seen Secret Lives of Mormon
Literally,
Wives?
we've watched it all weekend, finished the season.
Season 2?
Yeah, that shit's wild.
Bro, I'm on like episode 4 of season 2. I'm addicted.
Is it like a reality show or like a show?
I've never experienced reality TV, bro. I think I'm hooked.
Oh, this is like a real thing.
This is like a crazy one.
It's a bunch of girls that had this TikTok group called Mom Talk in Utah. Okay, they're all in the Mormon church, right? They basically blew up on TikTok. They're like a group of girls that are just like, we're all mom. We're all
Is
mom.
this like a documentary style thing or like a reenactment thing?
No, a reality.
Or it's like
reality.
Yeah.
But like that's why there's a show exists. It's like popular group of TikTokers or like TikTok and mom influencers in the Mormon church. And I guess their thing is that they talk a lot about we're in the church, we're in the Mormon church, like they're into this community, but they do a lot of things that aren't like they kind of go against it, right? So that's like their edginess. So they create a show about it. And bro, this group of girls and guys have the most drama I've ever experienced in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they go to parties, they're screaming at each other and all this stuff. They're doing all like they're all like swingers with each other. Everyone's hooking up with each other and stuff.
Wild.
They're doing that
And married to
soaking.
the same guy?
They're doing that soaking thing.
I thought that was Amish. That's Mormon?
It's Mormon, dude. There's like a hashtag.
Are they all
of it.
married to the same guy? Don't they have like multiple wives or something? Is that a Mormon thing?
No, but they just like. But it's
I think that is a Mormon thing.
Yeah, but not in this show.
not in this show. But it's the most dramatic ever. And I was like, man, our lives don't have that much. Can we? Are we allowed to briefly touch on the thing that never happened? That was
yeah.
You got approached one time that they were going to create a reality show. Remember about us? And you were like, Max, like they want you to be a character in it.
Oh yeah.
Talk about that. Like,
yeah.
it never happened, but
Yeah, it never happened. But we got approached. What was it, Netflix?
yeah.
And they wanted characters, so they asked me to like get I had 2 different calls where I like got different groups of my friends.
This is like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, 3-4 years ago on like calls, and pretty much I could tell that they wanted more drama, and we just didn't have that much drama. We didn't have that much like, and
Sometimes we did.
All right, that wasn't my fucking fault, dude.
Joe could have had a whole series
whole
himself.
chapter.
There was like a year of my life that was pretty wild.
Now
Yeah.
imagine if that was all.
Filmed. I think, okay, you don't think a lot of this is like fabricated for the shows though?
No, bro. When you're watching this,
these people are.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, all right, let's say we agreed to this and Netflix came and started filming at the gym and shit. You don't think that they're like, okay, like have this guy walk in and scream at this person, like do that real quick and like, I guarantee you some of this shit is like staged.
These people are either like the best actors I've ever seen, or it's pretty authentic.
Typically, so where I blow holes in this, like my mom would always be like, oh, like in The Bachelor's not scripted at all. And I was like, Mom, like pay attention to the camera angles and really quickly, like when there's a conversation and you can see behind them and then there's a camera angle from the other side and you can't see the cameraman. Like, well, obviously they said it twice because there's 2 cameras.
That's a little different. That's a little different.
Yeah, this is.
Some of it probably is real. I'm just saying, I think a lot of people think that like reality TV is super like the Love Island shit. I guarantee you a lot of that drama
so Taylor
and shit
was
is 100%
saying,
staged.
she's like, oh, like Love Island's like crazy. And I was like, that's a little, they're like putting people on a specific area. This is like around their lives, like going to parties
Yeah.
with each other, and just the first of all, like if someone was filming me, I can't imagine just getting in like an argument with my significant other,
No, bro.
like just yelling at each other. I mean, and they're going at each other, and you can tell it's like off the cuff, like, and the just cameramen are like, oh man, this is fucking great. Like, oh, it's so bizarre to me.
They're like ruining their marriages live on TV.
But they're getting popular and getting money, so what's more important?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we had a reality show? The Secret Wives of Alpha League Guys.
I'm more of a Love on the Spectrum kind of guy. That's a good show.
Well, I learned
We could have had a show at like 25, 27 around those years. We could have,
I
for
feel like,
sure.
I feel like the people would have hated me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The guys would have supported you.
But with these drama reality shows, every like 10 seconds, me and Taylor are like pausing it to give our opinion on like he's being ridiculous. This is crazy. Can you believe that? Like,
Wait
she's
till you get to
blowing
the
this.
finale, bro.
What is on?
I can't look
Hulu.
away.
It's number
I
one.
feel like I should watch it.
Have
now.
you ever watched shows like? I've never watched this reality
Yeah,
TV
so
show.
I, for some dumb fucking reason, I watched like 90 Day Fiance once, and then I went on a binge. I can't, dude. Once you start watching 90 Day Fiance, it's hard to, because like these people are, some of them are like so obviously getting taken advantage of. You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's like people that fall in love with like people outside the country, and they have 90 days. I guess American visa's 90 days. So these people come like to live with them, and they have 90 days to either get married or get out of the country. And it's like some of them are so obviously being taken advantage of, but they just like they're so starved for like physical love or whatever that they'll just like accept it.
Joe, you got to watch this. Secret Lives of
Lives of
Mormon.
Mormon Wives.
And it's so bad that you can't stop watching it. And then Taylor's like, I was like, I need more shows like this. I think I'm addicted. Like last night we could watch a movie. I go, I want to keep watching this show, and I can't wait to get home so we can keep watching it. And then she's like, oh, you have to watch like the Real Housewives of all these different stuff.
I don't think that's as good as this Mormon
She
one.
showed me. She's like, it's older women that are like. She's like, it's older, richer women that are having the same drama. She's showing these clips of these girls that are like, I have receipts, proof, like, and they're just screaming at each other, like at a dinner, just screaming at each other. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine a life like this.
Yeah, highly recommend that show.
I just finished unrelated. I have one episode left in Ted Lasso, and then I'm done.
If you want the complete opposite of that,
Very good show.
Watch
What?
it.
Third season? Did y'all watch it?
I've seen all of it.
Third season kind of it's a little too, I don't know what happened. Like the show was not anything to do with like social justice, politics shit at all. And then the last season, out of nowhere, it's like there's now an openly gay character, and there's a full episode about him, and then one of the other characters is now potentially gay, and there's a politician that doesn't want immigrants in the country, and there's a whole episode about that. And I'm like, what? I feel like the show was like very consistent, and then the last season, out of nowhere, it's like all politics and shit. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Very strange.
Do you
I'm gonna
know?
watch The Last of Us tonight, even though y'all are or you're not.
I haven't seen it.
I quit the minute I was out
Joe hates
when
season
what
2.
happened. I already knew it was coming from the game, but then I've now seen like all the dumb shit since then that's happened, and now I'm happy I'm not watching it.
I still like.
She is the worst cast I've ever seen in my life. I already thought that, but I was okay with it because I liked Joel. So yeah, I don't want to give anything away, but
Is it a lazy Sunday today? Or are you gonna
No, bro. I'm going to San Antonio in an hour, and then
for what?
cousin got married yesterday, so today's and I forgot. I thought the commitment was in Houston, not in San Antonio.
the what?
It's like
Ceremony?
an after party thing, like everyone
The day
get
after?
together. Yeah. So gonna drive up there with my mom and dad and Heidi, and then drive back tonight.
Oof.
Yeah,
Hey, how was Alphalete launch?
it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
How was it received?
Probably the best well-received product we've done, men especially. Men are climbing up in sales. We're like percent-wise, kind of lost it for a bit, but we're climbing back up to that 25% of launch, which is like good. I'm trying to, like 35 would be like my ideal dream.
I got one request.
Yeah.
I think you should make this a little smaller.
Smaller.
What is this, an inch tall?
This is about 1.25 inches wide.
20% smaller.
Christian,
25.
I just noticed that you're not going to know this unless you're a nerd. Your new logo is
Are you going to say the Avengers?
no, but kind of that too. No, there's a piece of software that we use to write code called VS Code, and if the bottom A went up more, I'll show you in a second. It's very close to their logo.
We got the trademark. So.
No, it's not in that. I'm just saying, like, now I'm looking at it, like,
I mean, there's only so much you can do with an A, bro.
it
I
does
like
look
it.
like
I
the new
like it.
Avengers
I love
logo.
it.
Yeah. I like it too. I would say a little smaller might be.
But overall, women still dominating the men.
Hey,
Yeah,
I had somebody
75%.
ask me this yesterday. I don't know.
78%.
As someone that owns a company, someone was asking me, this person has a gym, and they were like, hey, does Alfleet do like collabs where if I wanted all my gym employees to have like branded Alfleet shirts? And I'm like, I'd probably not because it's, 40 shirts. But as a company owner, like if somebody bought 40 of these black shirts and then put their logo like on the back, are you like, fuck that, I'm going after
No,
them? Or are
I'm
you
cool with
like,
it.
that's...
We
Is
actually
that-
want
do all
to
brands-
open up a channel for that this year. Would be nice.
Well, this guy said that you're not going to name names, but he said that your big competitor of yours has that option and they like don't answer emails for weeks on end and don't ship out product and they have a bunch of issues with them. So maybe a good option for you to, but is that all brands? Like, are you allowed to like buy something and then like change it and not?
I think so.
I know Ferrari is notorious for suing people for changing their cars. Like you buy a Ferrari and then you change out the fucking wing and you get a lawsuit.
You get sued for changing.
It's a whole, they've done it multiple times.
They're the HOA of cars, bro.
Yeah, like Deadmau5 bought a Ferrari and changed the logo to Ferrari, and they like said that they sued him over it. And,
Dead Mal 5.
but for clothing, like, could you buy a set of could you buy a pair of Gucci shoes and then have Sour Strips logos like embroidered into them and then like sell them on your website? Or is that not allowed because it's someone else's product?
I think
that started?
it's only not a problem until it gets too big and then they start going like, now you can't do that.
Like, could I buy 1,000 of these shirts, put my logo right under the Alfleet one, and then sell them
Yeah,
online?
but people do that with like Nike all the time.
If you
Yeah, but
buy
I
it at
thought
full
then-
price, 100%. I guess we just need to decide on like a discount if you buy bulk.
Yeah, true. Hey guys, I got some rapid fire
Let's go.
questions from the people. Christian, what's the most amount of money you've ever spent at a club?
Probably like five or six. It's not that thousand.
I think more than that, dude.
You think?
No, I bet more than that.
Yeah,
No.
Miami,
I
11.
bet you've been spent
Maybe
over
7.
over 10.
No.
Miami was not cheap, dude.
No.
All right.
No. I don't think so.
Oh, wait. Does Alphalete count? Because there's times where you rent out the whole club for Alphalete, and that's definitely more than.
No, we didn't pay for that.
Really?
No.
Oh, all right, cool.
Oh, shit.
What about you, Max?
Me?
Yeah. Have you ever popped bottles?
Yeah, I probably 5,000.
You guys probably owe me a lot of money for all those nights at the club.
Probably, yeah.
You wanted our camaraderie.
Yeah.
You wanted
I'm gonna send a bill.
Yeah.
Past due.
Texas forever, or are you planning to move to another state at some point?
Texas forever.
I can't go anywhere, dude. I got too much shit here.
That's why I was so excited, because I'm always worried. Like in Virginia, I was like, my friends moved away. What do I moved here? I realized that all of you guys have grown up in the same area, and I was like, I think I can actually create roots here because everyone that I like to hang out with, 0% chance they're leaving.
No.
Yeah, unless he moves Alpha Land, and I have a 200,000 square foot fucking cabinet manufacturing warehouse, it ain't moving. So
Yeah, so I was
we're
telling
stuck
Taylor
here for the foreseeable future.
That's why I was like, oh, like you know, you're not gonna maybe stay in this house. You're gonna move somewhere else. I was like, unless Taylor has a falling out with every single person in her family, and all of our friends like we end up hating each other, or they all move away. But I was like, this is where everyone is that we like.
I could see y'all doing like long-term vacation home thing.
Maybe.
Because I will say Houston it's fucking 100 degrees already. Like, it is annoyingly
I like it.
hot.
I'm gonna get tan today out in the sun. Okay, hot take for the ladies: lab-grown diamonds or real diamonds?
Real diamond.
Real. Taylor's ring is real.
I'm going through this.
What's your thoughts on it?
So, all right. I've already decided that when the time comes to buy an engagement ring, it will be a real diamond. I'm just going to suck it up and do it. However, after talking to multiple fucking jewelers, even the guys selling diamonds are advising me to buy a lab-grown diamond. Like, even the people that are making money, there's no reason to buy a real diamond anymore.
Well, the argument would be
Hold on. I've already gone through this. I had one jeweler that was realistic enough to talk to me about this. He was like, the only argument you're going to hear from anyone outside of it was, in the earth for millions of years and it's a forever stone. That's the only valid argument. People that are like, well, they hold value. They don't. He was saying that unless you're buying wholesale, which you can't unless you fucking know somebody, if you buy $100,000 ring, all right, let's say a $50,000 engagement ring and it's real diamond. The minute that you try to fucking either pawn it off or sell it back to somebody, he's like, I would buy it back for probably 35 grand. Maybe. So you're taking a $15,000 hit on that ring, right? Now the argument is you buy a lab-grown ring for $7,000 and it's worth $0. No one wants it after you buy it. but you're taking a $7,000 loss, not a $15,000. So he was like, the argument they hold value goes out the fucking window because you're still going to lose more money on the real ring than you ever would on the lab grown. So who cares if it's worth nothing because you're only losing $7,000, not 15 on the real ring. Taylor's ring right now is probably worth 60% of what you paid up front. So you're taking a much bigger loss.
It's a vintage diamond,
Doesn't matter.
Joe.
No one.
They don't make this cut anymore.
Doesn't matter.
Vintage.
And this whole scarcity with real diamonds is fucking fake anyways, right? Like it's all controlled by one company that decides how many to put in the market. It's not like there's actually...
A diamond's forever, though.
I would advise anyone from a financial side of it, like it makes no sense to buy a real diamond. And the fact that you need like a multi-$1,000 machine to tell the difference makes it even more. Like unless Taylor goes out with her girlfriends and one of them's like, oh, look at my new ring. Unless Taylor's going to whip out this $1,000 machine that's this big and be like, put it in there and hit the button. No one fucking knows. You can't tell.
I think in girl world, for most girls, I think it just matters in girl world.
I think so too, but I just think you could lie about it. If I have a fake Rolex and I lie to somebody at the real Rolex, it's not, they can very quickly take it off my wrist and be like, no, something's wrong here. The lab grown diamond, you literally cannot fucking tell. There is no way, even a jeweler can't look at the two and be like, this is real, this is fake.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
I think girls just like, most of them like the real.
Chemistry wise, they're literally the same. It's not like it's a different material. They are exactly the same.
Here's a question. If a girl wanted a lab grown diamond, would they still want a larger one? Would they still want the size? Is it more of like the size of the ring they want, or that it's a...
I think 100%.
Would you rather have
size.
a larger fake diamond or a smaller real diamond?
See, okay. Again, going through this. I think where you get in trouble is, do you want it to appear real? Because it's when I see some dude straight out of college, him and the wife are living in a fucking apartment driving Honda Civics, but she has a 6-carat fucking ring on, I know it's lab grown. So I think you got to kind of play within like your own realm. Otherwise, it's obviously fake. Like if you get your girl a 5-carat ring that would be $300,000, but you make $50,000 a year, like obviously something's fake here. I think same with the watches.
I never really thought about it.
Yeah,
I'm the same with fake watches. Like when I see like college kids wearing fake $300,000 APs, I'm like, that you're giving it away real quick when it's like not plausible.
I just think as a dude, I just can't even wrap my head around the whole like jewelry thing. Like a lot of times, Taylor will wear like, I don't know, random stud earrings that are not real diamonds, right? You see them all the time. Girls wear little ones. I'm like, you could tell me that those are, whether they're fake or $7,000, and I would have no idea. You know, one's $100, one's $7,000. I think just some people they hold the diamonds to a level of importance. You just got to either like respect it, because you'll never understand. I've learned that I can never understand it, ever.
Well, so last thing I'm gonna say, the guy I was talking to was telling me, this might be not real, but whatever. He said, so because they're literally diamonds, it's not like there's anything about it. So they put a trace material in them because they have to. Like basically the diamond governing force in the world is like, you cannot make a lab grown diamond. So because the only way you can tell the difference is there's like one little trace material in this one that's not in this one. Well, he was saying that there's this ongoing investigation because they believe that like in Russia and China, there's lab grown diamond companies that are making lab grown diamonds and not putting that trace in there and selling them out the back door. And without that trace, like there's literally no way to tell the difference. So people are buying fake diamonds thinking they're real with fake paperwork, and like there's I guess the paperwork would be the only way to tell. Because once that machine doesn't tell the difference, like if you go to a pawn shop and sell it, they don't know what it is. So I think we're like coming up on the collapse of the diamond industry as a whole, because as soon as the lab grown diamonds can't be told by a machine, all diamonds are basically worthless. I mean, I guess if you have the paperwork, maybe not, but like when it gets to the point where like the machine can't tell, like why would you ever buy a secondhand diamond? Because you don't know if it's real or not.
I got a little diamond in my wedding band. One little baby diamond in there.
But to finish off, I've already decided I'm going to go with the real.
You know, Taylor said, dude, cover your ears. Apparently when your dog passes, there's this service that can take their cremations, like their ashes, and they can like form them and put them into a diamond. Like it's like a thing. You can like make them into a diamond. I don't know how. I don't know the science. But I was thinking you could get diamond. What if I put dude in my ring? Would that be weird? I think that'd be cool.
That wouldn't be weird.
I would replace this diamond with a little dude diamond. A little double D. What's your thoughts on that, Joe?
I like it. I always liked the like plant thing, like where people like bury them and plant a plant on top, so that way the plant's like growing from there.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, what happens when the plant dies?
You're not going to want to do
I
that.
know, like if you forget to water
Winter
and it dies, you're gonna feel
freeze.
real. Yeah, right. So
I got to piss so bad. Bro.
Last question. Last
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Biggest purchase regret. I'll go first. Mine would be I saw this question. I wore them today. When I spent a bunch of money on these shoes, bro. These for example are the
Off-white.
off-white Chicago 1 Jordan shoes. What are they called? I don't know. But these are I paid stupid money for these. They're worth more now. But I went in through a phase where I spent a bunch of money on
remember
these,
that phase.
like Jordans, and I still have them, and I think they're cool. But I just couldn't wrap my head around that I spent so much money on these damn shoes. So I regret buying all
they're
these
gonna
damn.
say RSQ8.
I regret the Apple
was a
Vision
stupid
Pro.
The what?
Apple Vision Pro.
That's the biggest regret you have in your whole life?
That was I'd never touch it.
I'm so happy right now. I thought he was gonna be like all the cars that I.
No, those were fun. Those were fun.
Huh?
Apple Vision?
Yeah.
I'll buy it for $100.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you
$2,500.
How much was it?
Like $3,500.
$5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give you $100.
Apparently, there's a new version coming out real soon.
Good.
Maybe not real soon, but like this year.
I'm thinking like when I fly on planes, bro.
You're such a fucking tool with that thing on your face in the plane, though.
I can't see you.
Yeah, I can see you.
What's your biggest regret, dude?
Can it be long term? Like, can it be like multiple?
Okay.
I was gonna say the apartment. I enjoyed living in Houston, but like, bro, I was paying like $6,000 a month to live in a high rise for almost 2 years. That's a lot of money that I just pissed away to live in a fucking high rise.
You know how a lot of times like Joe has like given us advice, maybe we don't follow it, and he calls us an idiot for like doing it. We told you not to do the apartment.
It was good at the time for me to do it, but like I definitely could have done a like $2,000 a month apartment.
And
I
you have,
did
like,
not need to do a giant.
And you have a full-size Doberman that you have to like take down
Yeah.
18 flights to go to the bathroom.
I would say that with the Model S Plaid being a close second, only because I bought it when they were like $130,000 and now they're like $70,000.
Is that the SUV of the car?
That was the Tesla car that I had.
You love your Tesla.
Yeah.
But I bought the Plaid when they were $137,000.
Is it
So was
okay to buy a
100
used Tesla? Did you say?
You can, but they hold value pretty well. I don't know why you would. The lease deals are so good too. If it's a company car, like just do a lease.
That's what I'm gonna.
Yeah, the lease deals on Teslas.
I was probably gonna swap it
impossible
for
to
a
beat.
Plaid though.
So yeah, but now
of
the
this year?
Plaid, a fully loaded out Plaid now is like $90,000. When I bought it was $140,000, and that was just I took a bath and I hated it.
You're a Tesla thumper, right? You're
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
too simple, bro. I got in Hanny's Range Rover, the new Range Rovers. It's just one screen. I was like, do you like just having like, there's no buttons. There's just a start button and then just a screen. Even for the AC, there's no knobs. It's just a screen. And I'm like, I didn't think I would like that. I was like, do you like that? He's like, no, it's annoying because like you want to change the volume. You have to click this, then click volume. If you want to change the temp, you have to like click something to get to the thing to be able to click something. They got to stop removing knobs, man.
Okay, I also need to pee, but real quick, I have an announcement. I might buy a Range Rover and not have a truck.
And lose a lot of money.
Wait, the new Raptor just came in.
I know, but I'll tell you after this. But it's pissing me off a little bit.
Okay, what do you rate this podcast? Good
8.
one?
8.
7.
This one was random topics. I
Say 7.
I enjoyed it.
really enjoy. Hey, can we do another one next week?
Yeah.
Okay, get out of here, Christian. All right, guys, that will wrap up this episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube. Tell your mama, tell your grandma, tell your sister. If you're on any sort of podcast, it's just me. If you're on any sort of, I'm just gonna see you later. If you're on any sort of podcast streaming service, give us a 5-star review. I don't know what it does, but I think it helps. And guys, no one's in the room right now. I just want to say, I really enjoy making these episodes. And I enjoy spending time with Christian and Joe. I know we all rag on each other, or me specifically, but this is a cool thing that we do. And I'm really thankful that you guys enjoy this as well. I know it's so like random, and I started this pod to just interview a bunch of people, and then I ran through my entire Rolodex. If you don't know, go back to the first like 50 episodes. I interviewed a ton of people, even like Dane Cook, which was super cool. And yeah, the way this podcast has evolved into just like chatting with my best friends, and I really like doing these, and I hope you all have been enjoying these content. And I know we miss every now and then on a weekly basis, but just know that hopefully you're loving it because I'm loving doing it, and I'm going to keep pushing these guys to continue on. This is a good squad. We have other people like David, and I know people have been requesting like Shawley. We'll get Shawley on here. And yeah, so thank you guys for always tuning in each week. It's a lot of fun. And we're going to keep doing this for as long as they want to do it, because I'll do it indefinitely. I'm building a room in the house to hopefully keep doing it. But yeah, I'm still talking, bro. I was saying, you want to get back on there, dude? I was saying how, Joe, why do you like, I was saying how much I like doing this podcast. What?
I'll just hang out with y'all, dude.
And you're driving like 45 minutes to come do this?
30.
You know,
5.
if I build the studio and Christian goes, dude, I don't want to drive all the way out there. You drive out here.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. It's still going. No,
I was just saying how much I like the podcast.
Yeah.
Now it's wrapping up. All right. See you next week. Unless we don't. If we ever don't do a podcast, it's really because Christian bails. And I don't think we could do one with just you and me. Yeah, we could.
My dad wants to come back. So if you want to do Steve 2.0.
Should we get Steve as a fourth?
That'd be interesting.
All right. Big goals,
Dude,
huh?
can we get chairs?
See you later.
Please?
No.
I'm like constantly just fucking